Hey, hello there. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Hi. Oh gosh, though, my room smells so bad right now. It smells like wet paint, but it's okay, you know. I have a fan facing that, another fan on to try to cool myself off a tiny bit. Though the good fan is facing the wall, so then that way no more smells, hopefully. And ooh, I did not see the trailers yet. I ended up napping after Kirby in the morning. Because as soon as I was done, Dad barged in my room. I'm like, you know what? I'm out of here. I'm not gonna deal with this. Bye. And then I passed out on the guest bed. What a nice nap, though. My goodness. Such good relaxation. Up until I got back to my room and then I'm hit with the smells, but at least it wakes me up inside. Like, scents. Sheesh. On the bright side, the place that I like ribs from is accepting orders for ribs again, so I'm gonna have it door dashed. I just gotta double check my app every so often to see where the tracking is. Though it should be from like at least 2-3 hours from now, so it's not too bad. I just gotta make sure to check every so often. So yay for food. And oh man, I'm excited to see how insane Tales Within the Sand's gonna be. I think I got everything set properly. I just wanted to start off on the screen because Tales Within the Sand, ooh, look at that. So beautiful. So totally not ominous at all. Like, what's the worst that's gonna happen here in the Tales Within the Sand? But let me just switch over to make sure this thing is working too, so boop. Okay, perfect, that works. Ugh. So the text. Oh no, the white text upon white. Oh, that's gonna be a thing. Oop. Unfortunately, that's just gonna be a little bit scuffed. I can... Or actually, no, you know how I'll fix this a tiny bit? Wait. I got this. At least I think I got this. Is this how I fix it? I'm gonna try to cut this window a tiny bit. Was it Control to cut the window size? Nope, that was not it. Oops. Was it Alt? Yes, it is Alt! Ta-da! There, I fixed it. Using the power of Alt. Yay! Woohoo! Okay. Like, play that one scene in the diary they showed. Alrighty, so starting off here, so going to main sequence, Act 1, the Mad Plunderer. So, actually, let me switch back then. So over here, at least got that part of the way. Okay, going back in here. Oh wait, I think that might be the wrong area. Oops. So it's back. I think I went too far in. Okay, it was formulating. Diary. Main sequence. And then play Fresh Arrival. Okay, Act 1. So... Act 1, the Mad Plunderer. Fresh Arrival. Boop. Oh, the desert. I feel for this. I'm sweating already. Huff. Are you overheating? You're sweating all over. At this rate, we're going to have a whole oasis under your feet in no time. There's no end to the desert. Grains of sand strike, well, like wheel hubs. There's no end. If we're lucky, we'll reach the clearing near the legendary Eklumai Oasis by nightfall. If we're not lucky, we might be swallowed up by the wind and sand and never find it at all. Thanks to you. Enough downer talk. The clearing is the very best place in Arsalan to serve as the Rhodes Island branch office and Foen Hotland's observation point. If we don't manage to find it, then we just need to try harder. Assuming our intel's correct, we don't have much time left. Even though there clearly aren't any Originium industrial facilities in this area, why do the number of Oripathy cases increase each year? The raging sandstorms might be able to answer that for you. Hey, What are you staring out the window for? Look, what is that? Tuyet, stop the car. Through the shady haze, you see the vague outlines of several enraged needleflies attacking some wobbly person. Oh no, not the flies! Ew, stinky. Ooh, okay, formulating tab for the OST. Oh man, I feel for this person. I was attacked by mosquitoes yesterday at work. Effendi, needleflies make their nests in this desolate desert. It's extremely dangerous. Why are you out here alone? Thank you so much. I got caught in the sandstorm while out hunting, and ended up losing my way. Where do you live? We might be able to take you back home. My tribe and I fled to these parts, and we're not familiar with the desert. All I know is that my home was near a jungle. Raboom Arakichu jungle? What? There are so many jungles around here. How am I supposed to know which one you're talking about? Whether or not it's the same one, we should get going before the next sandstorm kicks up. It's like, I don't know what you guys call my home. My home is just my home.
Thank you for back the lost man, young ones. Had it not been for you, he could have spent his entire life wandering out there. But this isn't exactly the promised land. What brings you here?
We're looking to establish a branch office in the Zubat Arsalan region, as well as a site for observing the Fawn Hotlands.
Zubat Arsalan? That's a long-defunct name, but yes. This would be the place people call Arsalan. However, very few people ever mention the glorious name of the Lion Pride's ancient throne.
What about now? Ooh, There's gonna be an IS content. In Bolivar? Intriguing! Oh gosh, I wonder how that's gonna be.
Now, it's exactly as you see. We once lived along the shores of the narrow Tabati River to the south, but the Foan Hotlands gradually cut off the river's flow, turning the coast into salt flats. Our homeland was buried in the sandstorm. My predecessor lost his Amiri title, and conquest continued to eat away at its territory. Our autonomy was supposed to be the last thing we had left, but in recent years, rumors started going around that the Arsalan still had a treasure of some sort, prompting the nearby lords Amir to return with their troops. They pillaged and looted everywhere they went, forcing our people into their mining camps to the south, where many of them contracted deadly diseases. We were forced to move north, and here we are. There is no such thing as Lion Pride's ancient throne. It's nothing more than a place where a bunch of refugees have gathered.
Figures. So that's why so many Ripity patients have been showing up around here. On top of the fact that it's hard enough to stay alive in this place, it seems that the Lords Amir spell serious trouble for our operational objective. There has to be a solution.
Let's set that aside. The location you marked isn't too far from us. It's in the vicinity of this part of the jungle and the oasis. We won't get in the way of your work. If there's anything you need, come and find me.
We can help you as well. We can also fight against the Amiri army. We can help you as well.
We truly appreciate if you're willing to help us, but we have nothing to give you in return.
As long as you share some local wisdom with us, that's payment enough.
In that case, you might be here a long time, young ones.
That's fine. Like, what's so bad about being there for a while, right? Oh man, this is gonna be interesting. Amidst a sandstorm, we managed to reach the location where we planned to build our camp. But the situation surrounding us exceeded our expectations. Amiri forces were crawling everywhere in search of a treasure and interfering with our work. Luckily, we met some friends, like the old tribe chief and our familiar Sun Valley acquaintance. Finally, we had our first clash with the Amiri army. No one knows for sure what will happen next. And now for music. Okay, that's gonna be fun. I feel like we're gathering, so I'm just gonna click on that to here. Potential. Or from the desert. Oasis. On the hunt. Scorching sunlight, sharp swords. Dreadful undercurrent. Investigating strange territory. Tightening helixes. I'm still leaning towards gathering, so I'm gonna go gathering. Gathering seems fun. Okay, and now switch screens. Boop. Just gotta make sure everything looks decent on my side so I can steer properly. Oh my goodness, imagine steering. So intro. Unectus. Finally, we've reached the promised land of legend. Considering the unusual nature of our cooperations, we have to set aside a blank plot outside the camp, in addition to housing guests. Everything from procuring supplies, upgrading equipment, and inventory management is carried out here. Feel free to find me anytime you have a need. Oh gosh. That's gonna be a lot of work. No wonder staying there for a while. I understand now. I get it. Oh, wait, my scrolling isn't working right now. Wait, I gotta fix this. It was literally working earlier. You saw the scroll earlier. The heck? Okay, wait. I think that's fixed now. I can at least click every so often. It's fine. Since Umama has chosen to run the camp's everyday operations here, I'll take charge of the exploration and resource gathering. The trailer has been repaired and can now navigate rougher terrain. I can set out first thing tomorrow morning if we have the fuel. So soon? Ooh, that might work. I'll try clicking to see if that or the arrows work afterwards. We've lost too much time and we're running out of supplies. I scouted the Raboom Arakishu jungles to west of the camp. It appears there's a lot of resources there. We'll go further in this trip and try to find the supplies that we need. Dang, the arrows don't want to work either, but it's okay. Now I just gotta click out every so often. Intro. Take this map. You'll need to find wood that fits the requirements. It wasn't easy to get, so don't lose it. Thank you. You obtained the map of the Arsalan Woods. You can now gather wood. Wow, amazing wood. Get some rest tonight. We'll be busy tomorrow. Very, very busy. Ooh, okay. In progress, Act 1, The Mad Plunderer. Days 1, Arakishu Jungle. Beginning difficulties. We divide the work up. Unectus will stay at the headquarters while we venture out to gather resources. All the tough work. Exploring outward. I'll head out first to... Oh no, it's readable. It's good. A note. I'll head out first to survey for resources. I left a planting box group for everyone. It can produce rice to temporarily alleviate the camp's food shortage. You should raise headquarters to level 2 to unlock more constructs, and that's why we need to go gather more resources. Notes from Rhodes Island operator. Thanks. We should pick up the pace soon. Go with the flow. We accidentally entered a Miri army camp, but strangely, they show no hostility and even beckon us closer. Oh, they seem friendly enough so far. Ooh, okay, that's where we're headed out to in the area. Such a big map. Go and see. We'll obtain 2 to 3 leg meat. Leg meat attached to a big bone with a naturally herb-like aroma. Oh, that sounds so good. I want to eat that. What a tease. Dang, that sounds good. Food. The leader brings us to the center of the camp. We learn that they all belong to an Eastern Sargonian tribe, but joined the ransacking of the esteemed merchant city and were exiled by the local pasha to the area controlled by the Miri army, where they were conscripted by force. We were young and knew nothing. We just thought we could earn some coin. One small trip and then we've been here for a decade now. Oof. Now we're all veterans, and to be frank, the local Lord Emir is pretty bad at tactics and can command well enough to keep us fed. Basically, we don't want to fight anymore, but we don't know any other way to live. He gives us some standard rations, leg meat, and divulges how the local army generally moves, hoping we might show them mercy if we ever meet on the battlefield. Alright, time to look elsewhere. Man, that sounds delicious, the leg meat. Yum. Conflict Zone, Lost Orders. Losing a large order of Arcturus is no small matter, and not wanting the buyers to discover the truth, this group of Lithuanians decide to act first. How do you lose that? Culinary exchange. We arrive at the hamlet where the residents have freshly caught a Lepori beast longhorn. They plan to make a stew with it, but aren't sure how much seasoning to add. Approach and guide their cooking. The fragrance quickly pours out from the pot, and the locals thank us by sharing some slices of fresh meat. We obtain some puffball tenderloin. Juicy and tender meat that goes well with many different types of ingredients. Oh, I am so jealous. I can't wait to have food later on today. Straight into the abyss. The suicidal behavior of this infected creature only makes you more afraid of Originium, but obviously hunger is more pressing than the risk of illness. Days 3. Hunting Zone. Drink water as bait. These maps are insane. Water is a scarce resource in the non-rainforest regions of Sargon, and sometimes it is more than your favorite prey that shows up to drink some water. Act rashly and you might just get ouch. Might just get ouch. Oh no, not the ouch. New person. Hello, I didn't expect to see other travelers in these jungles. Who are you? What are you doing here? Allow me to introduce myself. I'm a humble employee of Sun Valley Industries to advertise our products. Take a look. The quality is good, the price is reasonable, and the after-sales service is impeccable. To go wherever our customers needs us, no matter how remote. Wow, what great customer service. Maybe you should go get out of the quagmire first. It looks like you're sinking. My dude. So random. What a salesman. Oh, I think I can get myself out. Do you know there's a place around here where I can get some rest? What's in it for us, though? You scratch my back, I scratch yours. Trust me, you won't regret it. Just a friendly tip that there's a quarry nearby where you can find stone. You could try your luck there. Thank you. We look forward to seeing you in camp. Rhodes Island. At last. It was worth the wait. All the weeks of waiting. Okay, so this person wanted to go to Rhodes, or meet up with Rhodes Island. Totally not sus at all. Please don't do anything bad, sir. Days 3. New discoveries. An old friend suggestion. Okay, it's gonna be fun. So, new discoveries. A squad of operators is scheduled to return from their survey. Visit Eunectus at the base camp tomorrow to learn about their new discoveries. Target, survive one day. An old friend suggestion. Day 4. Hey, we've learned a lot from our last exploration. This region is largely unexplored, and there's a ton of resources waiting for us. We call these areas strange territories. We'll be able to speed up construction work if we manage to continuously harvest resources from there. We recorded what we saw in the Discovery Casket, so take a look whenever you're free. Oh, fantastic. Guarding. At least the person's helping. Good salesperson. Hello, I finally found your haven by following your directions. I don't have any new goods right now, though. Are you enjoying the place? I never imagined I would reach an enjoyable place around here. Please, accept this token of my gratitude. Resource gained. Thank you for the gift. So far so good, not sus yet. We've established preliminary reconnaissance. I have a good grasp of the basic information of the Amiri army's movement. If you have any questions, ask away. I want to know more about the regional divisions here. Zubat Arsalan is roughly divided into 5 regions. To the west of the Rabun, Arakichu Jungle, otherwise known as the Yelbo Green Forest, it's rich in basic resources and has a suitable ecological environment. It's a great place to start an exploration. To the south is the barren South Riverbank. From what I've heard, there's an abundance of stones and it's connected to the jungle. There seems to be an oasis to the east, and supposedly there are large iron deposits, but getting there's a problem. As for the northwest, rumors say that this place is full of danger. Further investigation is needed before we know anything more. We haven't started surveying the circle of... Oh gosh, what is that word? It's Himalutu to the north yet. The moment we learn anything new about it, I shall share it with you. Thanks, you, Nectus. Hunting Zone, Primordial Surge. The local creatures rumble and roll here and there. Again and again, it is their life. I mean, this is their life. Exchange troubles. We pass by a market flowing with people. Suddenly, a commotion forms in front of a stall, but the passerby seems to be strangely accustomed to this sort of dispute. Go and see what's happening. Oh, it was like a mini Enfield factory before Enfield factory dropped. Ooh. The two quarreling sides are black market merchants. Arguing over the crude goat's vitality, they cannot identify which pasha meant to dispatch. Seeing it spiral out of control, we intervene and offer to exchange their batch with some crude gold of our own. They give us some extra gold as thanks. Oh, that's nice. Days 5. Research zone within range. It is said some miserly lords would rather fell the trees here with stay instead of... then let the tribes cut them down. To this end, they've even let loose some wild beasts. Wow. What haters. Ooh, the beasties. Cute! An herbivore that moves in herds, common to the mountains. Docile creatures, they hide from the predators using the mock vegetation wool on their backs. But there's no reason to underestimate their pointed horns. A variety of horn beasts, which startles into a frenzy with the drop of a hat. They attack viciously, throwing their sharp horns against anything nearby without the slightest warning. Given how often they concuss themselves, scholars are extremely confused as to how they haven't gone extinct yet. Wow. A crab-like creature with rocks on its shell uses to camouflage itself. Extremely tenacious, it can sometimes be found far from sources of water, a distant relative of metal crabs. But its meat is delicious. I want to eat the crab. Hunt. We pass a forest hunting ground, and a hunting party asks if we want to follow them. They need to replenish their supplies, but can't stay here for too long. Time is limited, and opportunities don't come easy. If we follow them, we can't leave empty-handed. I know, right? Eat. I'm gonna have food at least in a couple hours. That's gonna be exciting. Dispatch experienced operators. Send 2 experienced operators and consume 1 energy drink. Energy drink, my favorite. After 2 days, they return with 6 to 8 foul beast wings. Day 6. Conflict zone skirmish. Amiri forces have been stationed here for a long time, and their acts will be remembered by the people. Looks like the elder was right. The Amiri troops are here in the jungle, and they've taken over the quarry. You're in a way. Get lost. I'll have your head if you take 1 step closer. We mean no harm, but we need to go through here. Amelia passage? I warned you, but it looks like you're itching to work the mines. Who knows what you're here for? If you're here for the treasure, we definitely can't allow that. What treasure? Hello. An apprentice caster who has learned some of the ancient arts of their tribe. Although not yet proficient with arts, it is enough to fight whoever they disagree with. an elite caster under Lord Amir, able to employ a kind of ancient arts to cast menacing attacks, nicknamed a curse by the locals. Unless beasts commonly found in the barrens, though not particularly aggressive by nature, they become a bottomless pit of ruined foodstuffs when in groups. I warned you. You don't know who you're messing with. Which little star are you twinkling? You'll pay for your insult to the Lord Amir. Our armies will trample your settlement to the dirt. You become our slaves and work our quarries. No thank you. You know, having a profound respect for Pepe. Yeah, like this is what she was dealing with. Ew. The quarries. We have to stop them before they force any more people over there. We certainly made enemies now. Send a word back to the camp. We must prepare. Look what I found in the stuff that they left behind. A bounty notice for an archaeologist. An archaeologist here? Can the rumors about the treasure be real? The soldiers dug up every scrap of earth looking for the treasure. They might be the key to driving away the Amiri armies. We should find this archaeologist if we can. Good news. They also left a quarrying map. We can start mining stone now. Oh, that's good. Some stone. Logging taxation. It is extremely normal to cut down the available trees, but the Lord Amir decreed an unusual tax rate, so everyone tried to sneak around it. Not taxes. Are you okay? Give her some food. Give her some water. Thank you. I was trapped here for days, hungry and tired. What's your name? It's been a long time since I used it. You can call me Kestrel. You should leave. Don't get yourself dragged into my troubles. I ran away from the quarries in the south. I'm being pursued. Found you at last. Don't even think about leaving here alive after all the men we lost on account of you. How many workers died under your whips in the quarries? I'll take a few more with me if it's the last thing I do. Are you helping? Her safety is a priority. Help this woman and you can join her in hell. Well, I'm already in Gacha hell, so too late. So I'm gonna help her, of course. Thanks for the help. Looks like they won't be after me for a while. If you don't have anywhere to go, feel free to come to our camp. No, I need to go back to the quarries in the south. There's still a lot of workers enslaved there. I need to help them. Aw, that's good of her. That's not a wise choice. I'm a slave and a warrior. My life doesn't belong to me. I'll repay this favor if I make it. I like her. I respect. Should we help her? We've already crossed swords with the Amiri army after all. She's already on the move. Let's follow. Feral pals. Ugh. Thwarting 4 raids. While keeping your exotic beast pals alive. 4 raids. Sheesh. Street stall tactics. We pass by a market, and in the corner sits a ring toss stall filled with all sorts of prizes, with children crowding the front. It's 20 crude gold for one try, how about it? 20 gold to play a game? Oh no. Ugh. Yeah, the doctor is having unlimited energy drinks right now. There's a trick within. With wrinkled brows, you take a closer look at the top prize and discover it's way bigger than the ring hoops given to play with. We approach the vendor, and he looks at our retinue's outfits before offering to pay us some crude gold and guarantee he won't ever repeat this sort of design. Naturally, we just let him speak and leave. Hunting zone, misty haze. When squeezing through the narrow lanes, there is always fear of something strange emerging from the mist and patting your head. What's about a head pat, a mystery head pat? Chaotic stream. We pass by a tiny, unremarkable stream and discover a group of locals squatting next to it as if waiting for something. Join the crowd, cause why not? We learn in conversation that Arsalan's proximity to the Foan hotlands means chaotic weather, which results in metal crabs being washed down this very stream. So the locals are merely waiting to pick them up. We went along with them and grabbed some for ourselves for leaving. Crab meat. We obtained some crab claws. Yummy. Oh gosh. Those cases you have to deal with 5 bosses. Ew. Current's Cavern. Following the water channels is one way to explore. Being swept away by the currents is, technically. Quicksand Beast. Oh, it's pretty looking. The ground's shaking. It's quaking. It's... Before the observer can finish, the Quicksand Beast has already closed in distance. Its long maw easily cleaves through the rocks. While a casual flick of its tail stirs up dust clouds, within seconds it burrows deep beneath the rock layers, leaving only dusty faces. Shadow Thicket. Compared to the baking under the Sargon's scorching sun, traveling through a dense forest like this is often considered a pleasure. Shade. Thale Beast. A mossback beast covered in thale, a plant native to Arsalan that is highly sensitive to the environmental changes. This allows the thale beast to predict shifts in the weather. I like how it basically looks like it has a blanket on. Lush Prairie, a fertile field of resources ripe for the picking. Oh no, whoever owns this place is here too. Oh no. I love the oh no. Yeah, there's a lot of different creatures. Vanilla Wing. Spreads vanilla seeds from the air. Oh, that sounds nice. Bringing the scent of revival to war-scarred Arsalan. Yo, the land smells good if it smells like vanilla. Go outside and smell the vanilla. Days 10. Highway robbery. We walk into a narrow place, running into a group of menacing strangers. They request 50 heaps of rice if we want to pass through. What for? We'll face a raid. We refuse their terms, but insist on pressing on. Both sides begin to jostle each other, and a battle seems imminent. Towering Pass. Olden Keystone unlocks access to the next region when destroyed. We'll always start at full HP when entering the map. It looks like a completely different area up ahead. The sandstorm gradually intensifies, and boulders clog our path. Everything will end in dehydration and extinction. Ooh, that sounds terrible. Naruto Batim Alkalis. Such a faraway area. Sheesh. Rugged Rock Hillock. The winding paths here lead to different areas. Every route is as familiar as home to the miners. The tedious, oppressive, and sweat-drenched life, as well as the overseer's supervision, are all gifts bestowed upon them by the Lords of Mir. Like, aw, you shouldn't have. Days 11. Square Arena. A seemingly spacious venue is full of all kinds of sarcasm. Anyone who steps in will experience a no-holds-barred fist-fighting tourney, and only the winners get to survive. Edgy. Days 12. Deep Rift Valley. Shrouded in fog and unfathomable darkness, the lords of this land follow only their hearts. So freaking edgy. Yes. The Dokkan may have noodle arms, but they have thick noodle legs. So much walking. Forsaken One. The rescuers found a security guard who has been heavily corroded by Originium, already turned into a terrifying monster. Carnage everywhere. Countless casualties. Whereabouts unknown. Rambilliton, mining record. Poor Forsaken One. Days 14. Defending nature. In the eyes of many Sargonians, protecting the natural environment is more important than anything else, so they react very aggressively to any kind of change in their lives. Domestication. Some people from a nomadic city try to employ drones to tame the mossback beasts for travel and cargo transport. The idea was sound, but reality was clearly... 16. Invisible boundaries. The mossback beasts leisurely chew on their own moss. Yum. Flavor saver. Wandering at their own pace, strangely, there seems to be a large area just outside. But how come they're never out there? Day 17. Restrained Fury. When a Lord Amir's taxes finally overwhelmed a poor tribe, some of their tribesmen chose to turn their weapons. Chose to turn their weapons on you. Their fellow oppressed. But there were those still with strength in them. The anger was restrained, and it stopped here. Yes, please restrain yourselves. No fight. Stinky taxes. Dense mist intoxication. We walk forward and reach a place shrouded with thick fog. I know, right? Like, it's insane. 100 enemies, and they only consist of golems, but why? We walk forward and reach a place enshrouded with a thick fog. We try to get through it, but our efforts only result in the fog getting denser, and an unsettling feeling lingers in our minds. This is a desert, so why does it feel so damp here? A strange shade of green seems to permeate in the mist before gradually appearing before us. Suddenly, a natural rock formation obstructs our path. Tia signals to us to stop and says, "I don't think we can go any further." Indeed, time to look elsewhere. 19. Monsoon season. Heavy rains for days on end. Who knew the foreign wind could blow so much moisture away? It's hard to get battle morale up in such extreme weather. Ugh, dealing with wet socks. Shoot, someone made off with our crude gold. Not our money. The raiders are going to try to escape headquarters, so don't let them get away. Shrubbery galore. The land beneath the shade of the trees nourishes all kinds of creatures you wouldn't expect to see here. A gentle breeze blows, and the Falby's figure blends into the leaves. Sitting in the shade here for just a moment will leave you refreshed. Dehydrated riverbed difficulties. We catch up to the warrior who calls herself Kestrel on high ground. She looks toward the mining camp in the distance behind a boulder. The camp is located not on a simple desert, but in the dried up riverbed in the Naruto Batim River. The foam hot winds turn the rivers into salt flats. The Naruto Batim alkalis we know today, revealing the treasures once hidden in the waters and attracting the covetous lords of Mir to converge in conflict. In the dark of night, the camp lights shine brightly as the overseers endlessly flog the slowest miners, the air stuffed with unbearable gasps. Yeah, the white arrows are easy to spot. Kestrel's solitary figure gradually melts into the shadows that even the dazzling lights could not dissipate. Catch up to her. We'll arm ourselves lightly in advance. It seems like a clash is about to begin. Riverbed of Suffering. Ah, what a name. Riverbed of Suffering. Strict security is but a temporary shackle, and dry riverbeds but a distant past. Only real resistance can bring the freedom to the people. What are you doing here? We came to help. Thank you. Who are you? Why do you help me? We're from Rhodes Island. No time to explain why it looks like. What help can you offer? We have tactical tools that can be used to break through the enemy's defenses. What are you thinking? Let's use a support, Mr. Boom, to create chaos. Then use flares to guide our retreat. Let's do it. Oh, you can see them doing the thing. The way that there's two exits though. Got a guard. You're really strong, thank you. Only doing the right thing. In Arsalan, you're a decent person if you keep your word. These days, the Lord Amir made us stop believing in promises. We're your leaders. All killed in battle. They once lived by the water. But when the Naruto Bati River dried up, some of us went to join the clans in the northern jungles. Not an unusual day in Sargon. The Lord Amir came when I was little. They promised much and delivered nothing. My siblings and I were taken and made to work here. We tried to resist, but we failed. That's all in the past now. We arranged for your siblings to join us to join up with the northern tribes. Thank you, Tuya. There isn't much I can offer in gratitude, except some notes on digging from those who came before. You can have these notes. Where you go now? I don't know. I'll be happy to help out your camp if you have me. You're always welcome. Days 28. Non-stop working for 28 days. No vacation. Woohoo! Gathering grounds. Thank you for accepting me and my siblings. I'll tell you all that I know about Arsalan. What do you know about the castle? I mean, what do you know about the oasis? All I know is that there's a priestess there you shouldn't mess with. The terrain is treacherous with a lot of swamps. I suggest you go during dry seasons when the swamps dry up. If you insist on going other times, you should be prepared to fight in the water. What do you know about the northwest regions? I'm not too familiar with the area, but legends say it's a land of lava and fire. It'll be easier to navigate the region during the rainy season. The only competent and decent one. Inam. Gosh darn it. Vanished millstone. Rain falls from the sky at night, and we stay in the desert, a little desert town for shelter. The village chief warmly welcomes us and speaks of the villages passed under the caves. There was once an old stone statue in a small village square. 3 months ago, Amiri forces took it away. The villagers were furious. Soon after, a strange girl came from the village, and the villagers were worried of her at first. The next day, she suddenly offered to buy half of the broken stone disc by the village gate for a high sum. The villagers were baffled, but soon accepted their windfall, and quickly forgot their vexations over the statue being stolen. As they chat with us, they enthusiastically extend an invitation for us to return. With our light coin purses, decide not to read between the lines. We'll keep an eye on this. Who would buy half a disc at such a high price? They must have been desperate. Ooh. Hello, Eunectus. We got an emergency transmission from the scouts. Remember the Miri troops that you encountered in the forest? They're coming. We're coming back now. Run! Day is 31. It's been a month. An entire month. Treasure in the trees. Hidden in the woods seems to be a secret path leading deeper in. Is this the fabled treasure? Doesn't that sound a bit too convenient? Dustweaver. What a Sargonian Lord Mir's subordinate. Sand pervades sky, dust obstructs sun, life collapses, evil flourishes. Oh, the setup. And the 104 enemies. Pain. Pain, pain, pain. And ooh. Game. And now we got to Act 1, the Mad Plunderer, treasure hunting with help. Let me switch over then, real quick. Do. Oh, you wonder should this be the same one hotlands that we saw in Sami? Oh yeah, this could be where she found the relic that contains her ancestor's body. And ooh. Wait, let me go to the thingy. The diary. Treasure hunting with help. And boop.
This is the first time I ever saw anyone defeat the minions of the Lords of Mir. I can't thank you enough.
We may have fended off this assault, but I doubt they'll give up so easily. There's not enough manpower in the camp. We'll need more help.
Come to think of it, we've had some dealings with an Archosaurian tribe in the Klumi Oasis. Perhaps they can help.
With their help, we will have a greater advantage in the upcoming fight. Besides, if they lived here for years, they must have more clues to the treasure. But what kind of treasure attracts so many Amiri troops? We interrogated a few captives. None of them knows exactly what it is either. They don't even know what it is? Nope, a few even said that they were kidnapping and looting just to find the treasure. If they can't find it, they'll force the locals to look for it. What savage methods! The Miri soldiers are harassing everyone everywhere. Who knows if the tribe is safe?
They built a temple of their own in the oasis. If you find the temple, you'll find them.
But I think our top priority right now is to report to the landship and wait for their assistance.
Don't worry.
I've already sent out a letter asking for help. Let's be patient and wait. How long will the wait be? These are all the supplies. Please go over the checklist. Good work, everybody. I didn't expect the landship to send so many people here to help. Right. There's one more carrying our luggage. He'll be here soon. Oh, passenger, it's you. Long time no see. Good work out there.
No need to thank me, Doctor. It's my pleasure to lend you my assistance in this field operation. That said, there's something I need to make clear up front. I'm here on some personal business. You have to grant me a short leave when the time comes.
Of course, not a problem. Short business, eh? Whatever could he be doing? Okay, so go to Castro. Go to Castro first. So much work! So much work! Like, holy cow, all the resource gatherings. Fighting off the raids. Like, sheesh. I like Castro. She's a good new person to meet. I respect. So hey, Castro. So, bio. Basic info, coding Castro. Gender female. Combat experience 20 years. 20 years of combat experience, that is intense. Place of birth, Sargon. Date of birth reported as unknown. Race, Liberi. Height, 170 centimeters. Infection status, confirmed infected by medical examination. Physical exam, physical strength standard. Mobility normal. Physical resilience excellent. Tactical acumen normal. Combat skill standard. Originium assimilation standard. Profile, formerly a warrior of Azubat Arsalan tribe in Sargon, Castro and her siblings were enslaved by the local Lord Emir's army. Encountering Rhodes Island personnel during her escape, she was able to return to the mines and rescue other workers. She later joined Rhodes Island and is currently employed at the Sargonian branch, receiving treatment while participating in field missions. Clinical analysis. Imaging tests show the indistinct outlines of internal organs, obscured by abnormal shadows. Originium granules detected in the circulatory system. The subject is confirmed to be infected with uropathy. Cell originium assimilation, 3.7%. Operator Castro shows signs of mild uropathy infection, but leads a life that is little different from the uninfected. Blood originium crystal density, 0.26. Working in dangerous originium mines without proper protection has had a significant impact on Operator Castro's health. Her BOCD is well above normal levels and requires regular monitoring. While we have instructed her to take it easy in her everyday life, it seems unlikely that she'd be willing to sit around all day. The best we can do is recommend that she avoids high-risk field missions. The people of her tribe had a custom of painting bite marks with mineral paint. It remains to be seen whether this has had a negative effect on her condition. Interesting, bite marks with mineral paint. Warfarin, Medical Department. Ooh, go to continue, just move around. Sure. Archive File 1. Kesha was a Sargonian warrior who is as straightforward as they come. She began frequenting the training rooms shortly after arriving at the headquarters, confidently walking in like she'd always been a regular. Her relationship with the combat experts of Rhodes Island began with a clash of weapons, putting on a show of Sargonian tribal swordplay that the operators in the training room had never seen before. They eagerly invited her to come back for more. Her favorite hangout is the bar. Although she has been warned against excessive drinking, she can often be spotted doing so from dusk to dawn at the bar for weeks on end. Dang, girl! Ultimately, the medical department decided to bring her in by force, but Kesha refused the treatment. Being under the influence only seemed to make her swords strike faster and harder. She's a drunken master. Treatment finally began when her training room friends arrived and successfully restrained her with great effort, only for everyone to realize that treatment wasn't necessary after all. Unlike most drunks who deny being drunk, Kesha was, in fact, unimpaired. If anything, the alcohol had only served to hone her swordsmanship. She legitimately is a drunken master. Medical Department audio log. That Kesha from Sargon. Can you believe what her tests show? What do you mean? Do you know what she drinks, yet it doesn't seem to have any effect on her vitals? Wish I were like that. Wow, what a great audio log. The jealousy. Man, she's built to a friend. I want to be like that. Boo. And yeah, that's why they have to have pharmacists in medical. Archive File 2. Many Rhodes Island operators have their fair share of scars, which serves as a way to introduce themselves. I got this during the Sarkaz Civil War. I got this during Columbia's Great Expansion. I got this when I hit my head on the table when I was 3. That doesn't count. Kesha was rather reticent about this topic at first. As the trials of her past left no visible marks on her skin, this bothered her, as she saw scars in battle as something to be proud of. She's been fighting for 20 years, yet that bothered her that she didn't have any visible scars. Like, girl, that is impressive as heck. As she began to blend in, she realized that her bite marks serve equally well as a conversation starter. When asked about the meaning of a guardian bite mark, she ended up giving a lecture about the meaning of various marks. What would Rhodes Island's bite mark embody? That depends on what Rhodes Island is about. Let's say, future. My tribe didn't have that kind of mark, but we can invent one. Kesha began inventing her first bite mark after receiving such a request. Shutting herself in her room, she spent 2 days drawing out the pattern and hung it up in the cafeteria to the sound of cheering. As the crowd came forward to embrace her, she felt for the first time that she had truly been accepted. She still thinks back to the people and events of her past, but no longer finds her lack of scars to be a handicap. Rather, she is happy to share the origins of her bite marks and to carry on the tradition of her people in her new home. Medical checks revealed nothing of a particular note. We suspect that painting these bite marks with mineral paints may have something to do with how external trauma leaves no marks on her skin, but no firm conclusions have been reached for now. Warfarin, Medical Department. So how long does the paint last? I wonder how often she has to do that. Because they're not saying it's tattoos, that it's just bite marks with mineral paint. I wonder if it's one of those things that lasts for at least a week? Does she have to do it daily? Archive File 3. Kestrels hold great respect for the tribal chief who brought her up. By tradition, women of the tribe undergo trials to become defenders of Hearth and Stone, or Hearth and Home. The chief was the one who took the homeless Kestrel in and raised her to become a brave warrior. She was a beautiful and kind leader who taught her tribe to turn abandoned ruins into settlements, with plenty of water and rich soil. The threat of the Lord Emir was constantly looming over their heads though. In order to oppose the Lord Emir, the chief traveled to numerous other tribes to build alliances, taking Kestrel along with her. In her free time, she discussed with the young Kestrel what kinds of body paint looked best, and gave Kestrel bite marks, symbolizing protection. Kestrel learned that the chief preferred white for bite marks. In subsequent years, she used the bite mark that her mentor gave her in her favorite color, while fighting a hopeless war against the Lord Emir's soldiers with the few comrades she had left, until she was the only one left. Aww. Archive File 4. A psychological assessment was performed on Operator Kestrel to mitigate potential risks in field missions. We learned through interviews that revenge became her purpose after the destruction of her tribe, but that it came to a stop at some point. According to her, during her stint in the mines, she took in some children who had also been a slave in the mines. At their request, she agreed to teach them to use a blade in order to take revenge for their families. However, she had underestimated the price of revenge. Witnessing the deaths of those children led her to look back on the purpose she had pursued for so many years, and the results that came from it. No longer obsessed with vengeance, she turned her sights back to the original connotations of protection and began to see inciting revenge as an evil. She came to the conclusion that her current life matters more, and that Rhodes Island is her new home that she must protect. Yeah, I like her. As such, she's requested a reassignment to the Sargonian branch to participate in field missions. We must inform the Sargonian office ahead of time to keep an eye on Kestrel's condition in the field, investigate any faction that has a history with her, and require her to regularly return to HQ for a psychological evaluation and empathy monitoring. Kestrel still has many mysteries, as there are details in her personal history that can no longer be verified, and her own account is somewhat confused or fragmented. It must be emphasized, however, this is not a reason to put our trust... this is no reason not to put our trust in her. HR department note. Promotion record. The sun is setting. Kestrel stands up from the room of the office building she'd been lying on, pulls out her horn, and blows it towards the setting sun. She had explained to curious operators that the horn symbolized the celebration of victory, or the passing of a peaceful and quiet day. Today's horn is particularly long because this is her first day at the office as an official operator of Rhodes Island. Kestrel blows it a little longer for the important events in her life. Well, Elliot was like, it's okay, you're not built that way compared to just how calculus step by step and calm his revenge was. You say compared to, it was vengeance that had no sacrifice instead of his own time. Pretty much. Kestrel blows it a little longer for the important events in her life. The first time was her victory, her very first victory in battle. Their armies charged downhill and routed the Lord Emir's soldiers. She had volunteered to be vanguard and saved the life of her friend with the sword her chief had taught her to wield. That day, she learned what it meant to be a comrade, and she blew her horn longer. The second was when she led the slave revolt through the mine shafts filled with fog and enemies. She took the rear guard, fighting off pursuers all night until she saw with her own eyes that the miners had reached safety. That day, she learned that the purpose of the sword was to protect, and then she blew her horn longer. This is the third time. Aww. Kestrel would be the best ally. Like, she's ride or die. Intimidator. What a name for her item, Intimidator. It's a box of stuff. Making distance from a ruin they personally set alight, Kestrel takes her group back to their initial gathering point. The fire rages on, and even when the skies open up, the rain can't even touch the flames before it steams away midair, leaving only the sound of crackling. Breaking the silence, someone asks Kestrel, "Boss, how many did you kill today?" "Can't remember." "Who remember after the heat of battle? How many they killed, youngster?" And a wary voice adds, "To survive is already a job well done." Kestrel lets the topic lapse, but that twisted face comes to mind. The one of an old acquaintance. Scared shitless. The one she closed in on with every step. The one with no alternative but to jump from the roof. The one who left her only that face, one moment before melting into the sea of flames. She knew who that was, the assassin who murdered her friend. Still, this victory is worth celebrating. Today, we wiped out a few more of the killers who slaughtered our people. Kestrel comes to a stop, looks back, sees the descendants she's brought along. The distant flames flicker in her eyes. They raise a cheer, but Kestrel doesn't smile. "So, how many killers to go?" asks again, the one who broke the silence. Kestrel gazes over. It's a girl, still young. If the tribe still was, she would never be a part of these fighters. She would be living her youth, a bright one, a happy one. Oh, that's right, she doesn't even have a bite mark. "You showed a great display today. I've now decided that you should be rewarded with a bite mark." Kestrel fails to directly answer the girl's question. When we return, you can think about what style of bite mark you like. Really? A feeling hits Kestrel. She's had this conversation. She was the girl before her. She, the girl before the tribe's chief. The one who raised her. The one who was dearest to her. The one who outlined over her left shoulder the very first band of her bite mark. Kesho can't help but hug that shoulder tight. The warm memory almost abating the cold rainy eve, but it's only a moment before she comes to. For they stood in the rain, are waiting for her. Really? Now let's get back to the gathering point quick. I'll find the box, and then you'll be able to choose. The group begins to slowly move, their figures gradually melting into the dark of night, never to be seen again. Ah, so that's the Intimidator. The stuff she uses to create the bite marks. Aw. Yeah, it's great knowing Kestrel. I'm glad she's getting the treatment she needs. Like, you go, Kestrel, and also helping out her siblings is good. Like, thank you for taking her siblings too. Very, very much appreciated. And now let me go back here first, and then afterwards I'll go to the thingy. Alrighty, let me get the second thingy up. Doo-doo-doo. Gotta get Act 2 ready. Okay, I think I got it. So let me switch over real quick. Boop. Oh yeah, you're right. Let me go there first. The resume. The base. The base camp, and then, ooh, all this walking. So much walking. So much done within the month. Since we, like, ended off on a little over a month in the game. And now it's day 76. All this within 2 months. Like, sheesh. Like, that is terrifying. Oh yes, I see the circle on the left. I'm assuming this one. But dang, this area is huge. So much exercise. I don't think Dokta got any sleep at all. Deserted town. All the way from the deserted town. Eventually traveling over to the base camp. Ugh. So much walking. I give credit. Lots and lots of credit. Okay, let me just go... formulating. Let's change the music. I want to do... let's do From the Desert. And now switch over. Boop! Okay, let me get my screen ready. Doo-doo-doo, don't mind me. Yeah, it'd be much easier if we had Monster to carry the doctor. Days 39. Drought season, oh no. It's so dry, we've gotten more nosebleeds in rainy days. Ew. In progress, Act 2. Dark Sand Surge. Oh my, oh my. Dark Sand Surge. Emerald Pass. Obtain Keystone unlocks access to next region. When destroyed, will always start at full HP when entering the map. It looks like a completely different area up ahead. The lake and mud obstruct both our march and our vision. Everything will end in hallucinations and silence. Obtain Keystone unlocks access to the next region when destroyed. Will always start at full HP when entering the map. Okay, kickboxing fighter. Look at how shiny they are. Ooh. Obtaining a sight. An ancient temple stands in the water's edge. They lie in wait for us, anticipating our bewilderment and a request for refuge. I believe this is what you're looking for. Lush vegetation and an ancient temple. The good news is that I saw a settlement with Archosaurus symbols. The bad news is that it was empty. Maybe we should get closer. Oh no, that's empty, uh-oh. Thieves! You dare return after you defiling our goddess? Looks like an ambush. More like a misunderstanding. We're just here to seek help. I've had enough of these lies. First the Emiri army, and then the strange feline. Ah, the strange feline, eh? This is sacred ground. Drop your weapons. Stay back. Tui and I will take care of this. This is all misunderstanding. Tiakal Guard. A braver, fiercer warrior who uses crude spears to attack. Years of training has given these warriors tough physiques, and they fear not even the fiercest attacks. Tiakal Paler Adept. Warriors who have gained greater proficiency in using thrown weapons due to training, and boast greater lethality. However, due to the weight of their weapons, their range hasn't really improved. Tiakal Ripper. The extremely fervent Tiakal warrior, with very fast attack and speed. Each strike now deals noteworthy damage, and those caught off guard will be quickly subdued by the rain of blows. Tiakal Shaman. These extremely rare arts users from Akahuala have a deeper understanding of originium arts, with more threatening arts in their arsenal and years of medical experience. Medical experience too, they are pharmacists. They are forced to be reckoned with if allowed to approach up close. Tiakal Champion. An extremely formidable Tiakal warrior with the qualifications to become a war chief. Ooh! These warriors harbor great pride in their combat abilities and live for the thrill of the duel no matter where they are. Their single-mindedness allows them to shrug off all outside interference. Zoomer Ryasi Acolyte. An acolyte whose charm reflects her power. The more delicate her flowers, the swifter her blade. Like, she looks nice, she looks pretty, and then she's gonna be the scariest one, of course. Her and her flowers. A priestess charming and powerful. The more beautiful her flowers grow, the sharper her blades are. You don't fight like the Miri men. We're not. Our apologies. We should not have attacked so rashly. It's okay, let bygones be bygones. What happened here? Why the hostility to outsiders? Our clan has lived here in peace for many years, until the Emiri army invaded the oasis and burned the trees. Now nothing grows from the earth. We kept retreating towards the edge of the oasis, seeking to escape their harassment. We finally found refuge in the ancestral temples. Last month, however, the statue outside the temple vanished mysteriously. The statue has guarded the doors to our temple for centuries. It is of great importance to us. Hey, aw man, I feel like that might be a misunderstanding for the statue part. Ancestor, is that you? Like, uh-oh. Oh, basically in that fight. Oh, it's a time where you have at least 10 repeats of this fight to fulfill the clear. Beat all the enemies and boss. Ugh. Sheesh. Judging by the marks on the floor, the statue must have been massive. It couldn't have been moved without alerting anyone. And what use would someone have for the statue? Who knows? Those treasure seekers go after anything ancient. Yeah, the Emiri soldiers took my family's pickle pot. I don't know what they were looking for. Ooh, pickles. Until the mysterious feeling told me that it dated back to the time of the Shah. The Shah? What did the statue look like? We'll keep an eye out for it.
If you help us find the statue, we're willing to hear you out. For example, regarding the alliance you mentioned.
And yeah, feline. I'm imagining Pepe. Pepe wandering around.
If you're willing to help us find the statue, we're willing to hear you out. For example, regarding the alliance you mentioned.
We're looking forward to working with you.
Please accept this little token of apology for a mistake.
Accumulation. Thank you. A bamboo basket used to collect scattered grains ensures the common people of the waste do not have to ration their food as much.
Looks like the problem has been dealt with. Please excuse me. I have some personal matters to attend to. We part for now. I'll return before the next time you need me.
Good luck, passenger. We would like to ask some questions.
Go ahead.
What is the treasure the Amiri soldiers are looking for?
I don't know for certain, but I vaguely remember that when I was a child, I heard the elders mention that it could be priceless or worthless.
Priceless or worthless? What kind of description is that?
Perhaps the archaeologist who came a few days ago can offer a better answer. To my knowledge, most rumors of the treasure come from further north in the jungle.
Days 41. The Eklumi Oasis's current conditions are extremely dangerous, so please exercise utmost caution when moving. Apparently, nothing like this has ever happened before. It seems someone's trying to impede our progress. Lost letter. The weather has been fickle lately, so we have no choice but to stop by a temple next to the oasis to wait out the heavy rain. The Chihuro Yo Utsukuri notes our boredom and shares a collection with us. The letter from it catches our eye. It's a record of a gigantic disc, a cultural relic with a long history, but locals have been using it as a millstone. I love that. Like, look at this ancient relic being used as a millstone, as one does. Ooh! If I can actually do it today, that'd be great. Let's see then. According to the author's research, the disc seems to be the key to unlocking the doors of the ancient ruin. We think it might be related to another local treasure. In addition, the letter also notes that some local Amiri army routes. We asked the priestess about this, but she says that it's not her work. It was left by a passing archaeologist who is also the aforementioned strange feline who just left a few days ago. We'll pursue the letter writer. We should catch up to her once the rain stops. Hello, High Priest.
Ah, my butt! So hot, it's being cooked.
You okay, buddy? Just casual. You okay?
Don't worry, he's fine. Hey, why didn't you response? My best butt feathers are all burnt. Don't feathers go back? I've had it with you, you rotten girl. You can worry about the rest of your experiments on your own. Don't come to me again.
What do we do? How come he's throwing a tantrum all of a sudden? This hasn't ever happened before. Maybe we should try to talk to him. Win him back his favor or something. Maybe after I'm done with everything. I've got too much in my hands right now. Think you can help me check on him? Maybe bring him something to eat? Sounds like a plan. Or sounds like a pain. Look, he even left a copy of the 100 tips for cooking in Arsalan. Is that even useful? 100 Arsalan cooking hacks. Written by the High Priest himself, but it's already written. But if he's already written 100 tips, why does it still need us? Yeah, why does he still need us to cook for him? Let's make a crab porridge. Good idea. That sounds yummy. You have to cook, legit. No sanity for cooking. Cook. For operators with a sweet tooth, seasoning as sweet as this are the boon. A great choice to add some flavor to the dish. Just be careful of poisonous mushrooms. A drop is all you need to elevate the taste of your dish to the roof. Oh yes, 999 sanity now. Delicious. Mystery mix. Oh no. Looks at the doctor. The doctor. This is what happens when you force the doctor to cook. Are they trustworthy? Ooh, the Master Chef's new menu. Crab porridge. Yeah, thank goodness you had two, yeah. Operator gains slightly increased HP and defense for the meal. Mixed grains with crab pincer meat added for a savory touch. Crab pincers are tasty. But who was the first to try one? Thanks to Tuyu's intervention and notified other operators in camp, they've managed to assist the doctor to make the crab porridge. Yum.
Did your necklace tell you to find me?
Yeah, she asked me to bring you this crab porridge.
I won't forgive her so easily if your food is unsatisfactory. Let me have a taste. What? Is that girl trying to fool with me? She's out of her mind. Put in more effort and come back with something else.
Wow, dude, this is... High Priest. Everyone used your recipe. If you're saying it's not good enough, that means your recipe was bad, dude. Work on your cooking tips, Mr. High Priest. You should have been brooding over that argument between the High Priest and Eunectus. It's been what, a few days already? Maybe I could help you out. It's been a few days! I would try the mystery mix. Like, how bad can it be? I know a recipe or two myself. Once the High Priest eats this, he'll be sure to change his mind. And then he and Eunectus can go back to being the best of buds. I await your guidance, Chef. Gonna warn you though, it won't exactly be a walk across the village square making this. It's gonna take several days worth of care to bring out those rich, deep, unique layers of flavor we're looking for. A few days? Basically, it'll really push you to the test to make. It's called pressure cooked soup. No worries, it's exactly what I'm looking for. Yum! Pressure cooked soup. Operator gains increased RES in the meal. Extremely rich soup made by cooking under pressure for extended period. Made into a solid stock. Rich and flavorful, yet melts in the mouth. As though you were eating a piece of cloud. I want to eat that, Tuya, thank you. Thank you, Chef Tuya. I know, right? She's probably judging hard, like, doctor, this is why you stick to what you do best. Don't try cooking anymore.
What? Did your necklace tell you to find me again?
Would you like to try this pressure cooked soup?
Really? Let me have a taste.
How is it?
Did you make this?
Yes.
It's alright, but I'm still not satisfied.
Are you serious, High Priest? But you licked the whole plate. You licked the whole pot clean.
I'm not satisfied yet. And that's that. What are the kids these days? You never understand me. Come back with another dish.
High Priest, I want to throw you in the pot now. Bruh. He's just doing this to get more food. He probably loved the first dish too. He's like, crab porridge, yummy. Ooh, soup, fantastic. I wonder how much I can force the doctor to cook for me. Days 43. What was worse? Fighting off the armies or cooking for the High Priest? My gosh darn it, dude. Man. Finally free. I've been working for so hard these past few days that my bones feel like they're about to rattle apart. Eunectus, come help me with something quick. What does a High Priest like to eat? What? Is he so upset? Yep, so upset he's molting feathers everywhere. Let me handle this. I know how to cook something he won't be able to resist. Before I begin, I've got to prepare some special seasonings though. Can you make some pressure cooked soup first? I've made it before actually. Thanks for helping me out. I'll have it ready when you need it. The sounds of ingredients being chopped and pots being stirred abound. It's done. Just add this powder to whatever you cook as garnish. And the High Priest is guaranteed to love it. Fantastic! Unecta-style pressure-cooked soup. Tastes strange. Tastes strange? Extremely rich soup made by cooking under pressure for an extended period, complemented with Unecta's special touch. Seems tastier than usual. What is in that seasoning that she made?
What did you bring this time?
I guarantee it's delicious. You handed over the Unecta-style pressure-cooked soup.
Humph, I don't believe it. Hmm? Huh? Oof.
What's that look on your face?
Did you make this yourself? It's different than the last one I had.
Yep, all thanks to Unecta's. She took over during the crucial steps.
Not bad. I thought that bread already forgot existed.
So, is this dish to your liking?
I'm not telling you. Go get her to ask me herself.
D's 53! So much time spent trying to please the high priest. Gosh darn it. Rippling wasteland. During the lush and drought seasons of Sargon, the lives of the common people, very much like the grass in the wastelands during the same seasons. The only constant you'll find are a myriad forces on patrol, threatening everyone equally with their weapons. Stop. No, not one step closer. Now talk. What are you telling me? Is this journal yours? You're following me to return it? You stayed in the temple a few days ago and left this notebook behind. The priestess said that you always carried it with you. It seemed important. We happen to be going in the same direction, so we caught up with you to return it. Thank you. How can I pay you back? We would like to know more about the ancient ruins. What does this have to do with the treasure? Don't you know the old saying, curiosity killed the feline? Is this why you have an arrest warrant for you? Or on you? Don't you know the old saying, curiosity killed the feline? The myriad troops are looking for it too. You get on their bad side, we already have. Alright, if you want to know, find the other half of the disc. Disc? Did you read my notes? We flipped through it, but we didn't read carefully. Doesn't matter whether you read them or understood them. Basically, it's a big disc made of stone. The legends say it was spotted on a sandy island. Legends, an island. Alright, we'll do it. What's your name? Just call me Pepe. Confusing quagmire. Ancient forces aren't necessarily familiar with their territory, let alone anywhere locals rarely visit. Fortunately, this means no one will be bleeding away in this creature-infested swamp. At the very least. Strange pool. After splitting with the passenger, you and the others follow the guy deeper into the oasis. It is damp and stuffy, teeming with bugs. Ew. You're eager to set up camp after being on the move all day. You keep away from the river rapids to find the quiet pond to rest for the night. Energy replenished, you continue moving on. Halfway up the hillside, Tuya pats your shoulder and signals to turn your head back. At this point, you realize that, from this height, the shape of the pool seems strange, like a gigantic footprint. Yeah, I guess this will be our first encounter with Pepe. So this will take place before the Pepe event. You're startled awake one night by a flock of foul beasts crying out. You look out your tent to find nothing amiss, other than two of the twin moons quietly hiding behind a mountain and turning your surroundings dimmer. You calm down and fall back asleep. But when you wake up, you suddenly recall that there are only low hills in that direction with no mountains at all. We'll keep going. Perhaps there are other clues waiting for us ahead. Elevated vestiges. After lunch, the enthusiastic guide takes everyone out to go see a towering tree a dozen meters tall. It has been growing in the oasis for hundreds of years, beloved and revered by the locals. Although you had somewhat expected it to be big, everyone is shocked by the sheer spectacle of it. But you notice some damage along the tree's trunk, and the guide tells you that there are marks left by the wild beasts. On your way back, you wonder what kind of beast could even leave a mark on such a tall tree. It's either they climbed the tree, they're very tall, or they marked the tree before it grew that big. Days 58. Search for a path. People come and go here freely, as if nothing happens in this spot at all. What's that? It looks like one of those steam knights. It's a colossus. Didn't expect to see one here. What can you tell me about it? Not much actually, but I feel like this might be the one we're looking for. Let's go take a look for any clues. Stare. Am I imagining things? Did the colossus just run away? I'm so confused right now. It's strange, but it is moving on its own. Is someone controlling with arts? That's how they're stealing it? Let's follow its footsteps. 61. No Man's Land. Altaraf of the Spring of Light. Under an icy waterfall lies a buried secret. It's warm, gentle, and for some carries a hint of melancholy as it drifts in their minds. The mere mention turns the atmosphere to grief. I did not expect us to see each other again. How do you find this place? We're looking for a strange colossus. You mean the runaway colossus? Yeah, you? Everything is proceeding expectedly smoothly. I'm very close, just as you are. Take a look. I don't have it in me to disrupt such a peaceful, picturesque scene. It seems really happy. It's posing. It's having fun doing some poses. Time Stream Guardian. Nobody knows when this colossus was created. It responds to time with silence. Its fists acting as a preserving faith. The Time Stream Guardian used to be a guardian statue that watches over the gates to an ancient temple in the Aklumuri Oasis area of Zubat Arsalan, dating to the reign of Lugo Sargus over Tehran millennia ago, and is sacred to the Zulu Tiasu religious order. Sometime in the past, Elliot Glover's mentor, Professor Thorne, stumbled into the statue and installed a prototype mobility operation unit on it. The Guardian activates on its own for unknown reasons and wanders off aimlessly at some point after the Zulu Tiasu were forced out of their homes, and takes refuge in the temple, leaving confused Zulu Tiasu to believe that a statue had been stolen somehow. So it wasn't even stolen, it's just doing its thing. The boat tells on the sand and the adventures that cannot wait under the sun, Habibat, are undated. And we don't know when this takes place. Ooh, we might get some answers for the next Sargon event and this after Pepe's event. Ooh. I wonder then. Yeah, like when would it take place? Huh. I'm gonna assume like maybe after our current story, like main chapter. Cause it seems not as insane. The statues guard the temple for ages. It finally got a life on its own and was able to begin a journey as a free being, only for us to put an end to it all. Truly lamentable. Passenger, how did the inspection go? More or less how I anticipated. I was able to find within it the mobility operation unit prototype, just as I expected. Is that what led it to all this? Correct. Thank you for your help. This is my personal toolbox. Normally, I would never lend to anyone, but I think you might find it helpful in your quest. Fair teardown. Thanks. A toolbox left by passenger's mentor. It looks rusty and worn out, but the tools seem usable since it was stored safely in a high and dry place. That's good. Yeah, probably some years after 1102. Since currently the Doctor guys are just... they're dealing with a lot because of Priestess. So I don't think they would have time to go exploring here for over a couple months. Like, just based on how long they've been here, sheesh. Around like 2 to 3 months of adventuring. Here, I thought my teacher's works were all lost in the war. To think I would chance upon this inside an old colossus in the oasis. Are you taking this machine with you? Of course. This was my objective all along. His signature remains. Passenger? Nothing. I merely thought that perhaps this colossus and I are not very different. We walked onward, knowing not why, yet we continue to aimlessly wander these lands because of the traces of the same name. Please take the others with you. I would like to stay here with it a little longer. Days 62. Crabs in aisle. Little crabs constantly move along with the rise and fall of the tides on this deserted island. If you pay attention, they always appear and vanish from fixed positions. What's going on? Crystalline crab pincer. A crab pincer with crystals on its shell. Not only eye-catching, but also extremely beautiful. However, it is also harder to handle. The completely crystallized carapace is a popular ornament once properly processed. It is said that some people also keep these as ornamental pets. Consortium of pincers. I like how it looks like it has a mustache. A crag pincer with a gigantic crystallized shell. Its back broad enough to carry 2 average-sized crag pincers. It can withstand the weight of 2 crag pincers, and the crystals on its back. Who knows how strong it actually is, so do be careful of its pincers. It's got the strongest back. Mysterious half-disc. This must be the disc that Peppa needed. Tia, let's go meet up with... Doctor, a distress call from UNEC desk. Oh no. Doctor, urgent report. You and your squad need to return to our headquarters. Your actions in the Eklumi Oasis has drawn the attention of the Lords Emir, and not in a good way. We've reliable intel that they are about to launch an attack on the camp. We're coming back now. Days 63. Still Raider. One of Sergonian Lord Emir's subordinates. They always appear in unexpected places, ripping opposing front lines apart as they roam the land. I know, right? Multiple. Like, gosh darn it, why did we have to do this? Come on. Alrighty. I know, right? There's so much time to waste instead of actually taking care of the people. But ooh, main sequence to Act 2, Dark Sands Surge. Now let me just do thingy real quick. Like, that was fun for that part. Okay, so I'm gonna go to Act 2. Let me just switch screens then real quick. And don't mind me. Boop. Okay, now let me fix my setup. Gosh darn it, all the insanity. The Act 2, Dark Sand Surge, Rhodes Island sent more support. Passenger and the other operators have joined us. We head east towards the oasis to try and unify the tribes there. We're recommended by the local priestess to cooperate with an archaeologist wanted by Emiri forces, as she might be able to help us figure out where the treasure is. For some reason, the Lord Emir launched an assault, so we have no choice but to take care of them first. I know, right? The best part was the cooking. But it took so long! So much cooking, so many days. It took like a week. Sheesh. The mysterious food, terrifying. And that's why the doctor just eats boiling noodles in their mouth. Like, why would you trust a dude who makes boiling noodles in their mouth to cook?
A second victory. With all your new companions, we're filled with hope here like never before.
That was a great victory. I only hope to learn from their defeat and stop harassing us. Humph. With how greedy the Lords of Mir are, they won't call it quits unless they get what they want.
They have no shortage of money, yet they continue to invade the area year after year. What they're seeking must be very special.
Yes, boiling noodles paired with energy drinks. Ugh. So Arsalan really does have ruins and treasure?
This place isn't called the Zubat Arsalan for no reason. This is one of the areas where the Arsalans first took up arms. When the Arsalans first took up arms. It is hardly surprising there are 1,000-years-old ruins here.
The handbook mentioned that. I think whatever it is they're looking for, the Amiri troops will be back. Yes, I agree. The launch of their attack, more covert and more difficult to fend off. Manticore, what are you doing here? I've been here the entire time. Aww.
I've heard a thing or two about the covert assassins they keep in place. I mean the palace.
Wherever the Amiri troops can't conquer, they send the assassins.
And they say the death follows in the wake. Every patch of land they walk is drowned in blood.
What should we do? We need to find out what the treasure really is. We gotta get to the truth of the treasure. Only then will we know how to fight the Lords Amir. I agree. We can't let those troops keep searching here. If we find the treasure before them, we might earn ourselves a chance to talk peace. Right, without a stable environment, we won't be able to continue our mission. We should make contact with that Pepe first. She's the one closest to the truth so far. But we should also prepare for the worst-case scenario. If we end up having to fight them to the end, our camp will need more resources. Effendi, what is there in the jungle to the north?
The forbidden Tisal Limashtu to the north. The Amiri army is there too. We're too afraid to go any further north.
What is the place like?
The ancestors described it as a secret place. A servant of the Shah once stayed there for a stretch of time.
Perhaps that's where our treasure is. But if they found the ruins long ago, why do they keep digging all over the place? I guess we'll find out. And now let me continue. I'll get the thingy ready real quick. Let me start the notes. So, Act 3 and Pepe. Don't mind me. Let me steer real quick. Let me get that ready. So Act 3. Okay. Actually, wait, let me change the music first. I'm gonna go to... Let's go investigate this strange territory. You can see why Elliot was particularly livid, dedicating his time to have a guaranteed success on his vengeance, and that one Lord Amir that took his teacher's life. Based on his counters alone, you're seriously doing this, Lord Amir's? Yeah. You spend your resources around this part for treasure, when already having treasures, instead of helping your people. It's like, come on. So greedy, so freaking greedy. Now there. Oh wait, no, I clicked on the wrong one. Oopsies. Let me just fix that real quick. I meant to click on a different word. Not 3, not 2. There, let me switch over again. There, all good. Now I gotta fix my page. Day 64. Starting off strong. All the traveling to get to Pepe. Rippling wasteland. During the lush and drought seasons of Sargon, the lives of the common people fare much like the grass in the wastelands during the same seasons. The only constant you'll find are the Amiri forces on patrol, threatening everyone equally with their weapons. Oh cute! Luminous Fall Beast. A small creature that can only be seen from far from nomadic cities. With a flutter of its wings, it escapes once more into the shadows. Lush mossback beast. A beast with moss all over its body, easily agitated compared to the others of the land of its kind because of tiny, hard to remove bugs. Oh, it sucks. Hiding in its vegetation. The moss grows back extremely quickly, and it will sometimes eat some, even when uninjured. The bugs. Ooh, I imagine it being itchy. Mossback beast. A beast with moss growing from its back. Appearing round and gentle, but is actually fierce with terrible temper. The moss in its body has a hemostatic effect, and it will eat it when injured. Raging dire swine. A variety of dire swine extremely easy to anger. They dominate the areas near the water sources with a great swagger. If one is enraged, it will indiscriminately rampage about with a madness sufficient to lay anything in the vicinity low. Scary. Yeah, imagine getting invited by Pepe, be like, wanna go with me on adventures? It's like, oh sure. It's like, yeah, this map, let's go. You wanna go there? It's like, no. You found the other half of the disc? Quicker than expected. Quicker than I expected. Were you attacked? We encountered the Amiri troops. Not many though. I thought I could occupy their full attention. My bad. My plan wasn't as foolproof as it could have been. I'll make it up to you. You haven't answered a question yet. What's this half of the disc for? If you want to get to the bottom of it, you'll have to embark on an even more dangerous journey with me. Thanks, Pepe. It's the source of that wall. This is your last chance to turn back. It'll be a lot more Miri troops next time. We won't give up so easily. Well, suit yourself. Come if you want. Just don't regret it. What's the plan? We'll go to the Forbidden Talismash. The Solimash 2 in the north. The two halves of the disc will grant us access. Is that where the treasure's hidden? Yes, something of great value awaits. The Amiri army will be looking for it too. Yes, we should head out soon, before the Amiri troops find us. Unexpected invite. The liaison stops us before we head north, and seems to have something he wants to entrust us with.
One moment, friends. Our time together has convinced me that you're a really trustworthy partner. I would like to ask something of you. I will reward you handsomely for your help.
Yeah, it's good being able to witness her professionalism as a treasure hunter. Are you sure it's a handsome reward? Not a handsome discount?
Ack, your words sting. Fear not, this is no marketing ploy. I truly do have something to ask of you.
Go on, I'm listening.
I have a friend who likes to go where the other people don't, looking for buried treasure. I get letters from her from time to time.
She wouldn't happen to be a feline by any chance, would she?
What are you talking about?
Oh right, another treasure hunter.
Anyway, I lost contact with her last month. Now I fear for her safety. I'll be very grateful if you could help look for her.
Where's her last known location?
North as the foul beast flies. There's a land there that a few have tread. Legends speak of the Arsalan's treasure behind there, but the treacherous terrain prevents anyone from verifying them.
We happen to be going that way.
I'll make sure you're rewarded.
That's secondary.
Is it not the best incentive?
You call us your friends.
Oh, you warm my heart. Godspeed, and I await your good news. Take this advance payment, a map of lighting ore deposits.
Marks on your map where you can find lighting ore in the Arsalan region, a high-quality material hardly used in constructs because of its rarity.
Trust me, it'll come in handy there.
Days 66. Fire Rock Pass. It looks like a completely different area up ahead. The land rises up, sputtering lava all over. Everything will end in chaos and scorching heat. Pompeii. A massive infected beast. These aberrations were born in a special high-temperature environment. Nobody wants to approach these creatures due to their grotesque appearance and the extreme heat they give off. The existence of these giant creatures have been known since ancient times, but to see one warped by infection is terrifyingly unforgettable. Pyrrhic Originium Slug, a wild infected creature, the final stages of infection having led them to burn even hotter. Their fluids, hot as magma, melt even their own bodies. Once cooled, beautiful patterns can be found in the pools they have left behind. Startled Vesperwing. A startled Vesperwing will attack intruders who enter its territory at any cost. Their claws and fangs are sharp, and they are both ferocious and impatient, but in their eyes, they are simply protecting their homeland. Gravoro Beast. A Basoro beast subspecies, similar, particular to certain regions. Regimens of knocking into cliff rock since infancy have honed their heads to be exceptional sturdiness, able to shrug off fierce frontal attacks. Survival never ends, and the struggle never ceases. Oof. True, it's like our second time in a volcanic region, and a volcano in a desert, extra hot. Ooh, forbidden. Sali Mashtu. The forbidden place. Tax within a choice. When the tribespeople feel crushed under the weight of the Lord Emir's taxes, some will choose to join the Lord's taxation squad. Of course, no matter the choice, it's always for the sake of survival. Day 67. Acrobats. No robbers! We stop by a small town on our way north. The residents rush to the square at night to watch a visiting acrobatics troupe. Their exciting performance draws bursts of applause, especially the troupe's leader's fire-breathing act. Among the crowd, we spot some pickpockets stealing belongings, treasures, purses, everything. Everyone is so focused on the performance that these thieves go unnoticed. As you see someone reaching out for an old woman's purse with their filthy hands, you feel a surge of anger and cannot help but yell out. Stop them from moving an inch more. Stop right there, you fluffy robbers! As their audience, the acrobats' performance was a sight to behold. Now, as their opponents, it's time to be dizzied by their combat abilities. Oh gosh, legit fighting them. Wandering troubadour. No matter where they go, the troubadours who cross the barrens to entertain others will always be surrounded by graceful, flickering flames and deafening cheers. Wandering apprentice. The young apprentices who follow behind the wandering troubadours are not yet proficient in controlling flames, but can already perform the critical job of moving the oil canisters. Wasteland Skulker. A member of bandit gang operating in the wastelands, sneakily operating in the shadows. They habitually speak in half-truths, and many of them are used to moonlight as pickpockets before they drift into the wastes. Wasteland Robber, a member of the bandit gang operating in the wastelands using stolen weapons. They are not soldiers, they lack professional training, so stealing goods is more important to them than anything else. I hear you've toured a lot of places. Judging by how well rehearsed you seem on and off the stage, you must have pulled off more than a few heists. Oh, this group of enemy and boss have a healing factor when having an elemental injury operators near him. Oh gosh. Terrifying ring of flames. Get lost, busybody. Didn't your mother ever teach you to be careful with your words on other people's land? I'll be careful with my words if half of my minions... I'll be careful with my words if half of my minions just got their faces punched in.
These guys are tough, boss. We should run. Humph. You'd be wise not to go further. There was this nosy woman who came in here a few days ago.
Another treasure seeker?
What happens to guests who don't behave? Take a guess.
Hey boss, wait for me! A nosy woman? Could it be that friend that the liaison wanted to look for? Sounds like it. No rush. They're running in the direction that we're going. We'll meet again. Days 69. Page. The acrobatics have meticulously decorated this cave into a cage. As to whether that counts as a cage, it depends on who has the key. Ooh, person, adventurer. That's a treasure hunter. Thank you so much. I thought I was done for. I thought it would. This is it for sure. What are you doing here? It's a long story, but I got word that there was treasure here a few months ago. But I wasn't the only one. The acrobat troupe? Bad Up Thieves is more like it. Their performances are just a cover. What they're really after are the valuables carried by their audience members. We've crossed paths. They weren't so scary. Don't underestimate them. They have Lord Amir's backing. Of course they do. And a stranglehold over this cave. They won't allow anyone to take the treasure. So they're involved here? What is this treasure anyway? That's a strange thing, no one knows. Oh no, they're back. Bold, aren't you? Trespassing on my land. And you even want to leave with this woman. Not so fast. Lock them up, boys. You can run a cell. Boss, perhaps. The boys can't, but maybe they can. You've got a point. Alright, listen up. You want to live. You bring me the gems from a pair of Gemini gem beasts. It's that or her head. Wait, we accept. You don't know what you just got yourself into? Yeah, like Peppa's keeping her guard up, which is understandable since you see all the craziness going on here. Like everyone is high stress. But when she's with her friends, she's so open and friendly. But over here, yeah, she has to be a lot more professional. Day 70. Gathering of feathers. Wherever there are trees, there are foul beasts, so perhaps it's not a bad idea to bring them both home. Hearing of screams. Exploring an undiscovered cave is like opening a package from an unknown sender. You never know if you'll find a pleasant surprise or a horrifying shock. Day 71. Sacrificial spot. The tribesmen are conducting the ancient ceremony. Shadow flashes by during the bizarre rite, and the show is about to begin. Witnessing chamber. The shadows of the past and future shed a tear here, proclaiming to the land today that they were here. Looks like fate has guided us here. Welcome to the witnessing chamber of the lost Zubat Arsalan. We are both halves of the disc. You're about to witness a piece of history that has been buried for 1,000 years. What is this about? The Shah. Shahanshah, the King of Kings. Lugos Zargus. Yes, the overlord of the ages. Even though he's long gone, some continue to obsess over his shadows. His words and deeds that were never recorded in the history books. The items he left behind on his conquests. Over the past several years, I visited the site of every legend of the Shah. I wanted to pull back the curtain of history to learn who the Shah truly was behind the veil that of the once and future king. Why didn't you tell us until now? Because there are others following in the Shah's footsteps, but their motives are far from pure. The Lords of Mir only understand what they find in terms of treasures. They symbolize authority, and turning them into glittering coins. In most cases, though, the true value can't be measured in monetary terms. So what is it measured in? Curiosity. The easiest desire to satisfy. You seek nothing but a simple truth. Truth is the hardest thing to find. You have a way with words. I like it. Doctor, report from our scout operators. What's the status? There's an Amiri army coming to where we currently are. What? We tried everything to shake them off, but the wretched Amiri army's here anyway, damn it. There's no avoiding it now. Everything we worked so hard for. We can't let them take it. Let's show them how strong we really are. 73. Tuye, how's our plan's progress? Enough time for them to fall to our traps. Pepe, how's the terrain? All good and covered. There's no one slipping through amidst the chaos. Alright then. Tuye. You'll be in the back line with your squad, supporting the main squad. Manticore? Manticore? Here. Ahem. You and your team will be giving them no time to breathe. Stay out of sight and make sure they don't collect their composure. Understood. And Pepe, when the operation begins, one objective smash will be supporting your onslaught. Heh. Roger that, Doctor. All squads, go into position. Keep comms open and follow my instructions. Let's start the operation. 73. Dust Weaver. One of Sargonian Lord Emir's subordinate. Sand pervades the sky, dust obstructs sun, life collapses, evil flourishes. Dauntless Linebreaker, the advanced Linebreaker officer under the command of a Sargonian Lord Emir. He cares for nothing but removing all obstacles in his way, fearing neither life nor death. He's the strongest and bravest soldier in the entire army. Ooh, and then Act 3, Shadow of Arsalan, witnessing the past. I know it's nice seeing the Doctor's actual prowess. And oops, let me go there real quick. Witness the past time. So switch. Witness the past. Or wait, let me just read that part first. So Act 3, Shadow of Arsalan. We decided to... Oh, it's gonna just be like reading the story. The video, basically. Act 3, Shadow of Arsalan. We decided to look for the origin of the treasure to settle our Amiri problem once and for all. We went up north with the archaeologist. Oh, this is Tales within the sand, inside of Arknights. So we decided to look for the origin of the treasure to settle our Amiri problem once and for all. We went up north with the archaeologist to the crystal caves, where we discovered secrets pertaining to Arsalan and even Sargon. But elite Amir forces showed up for our heads as well. We drove them off, and they acknowledged our strength as well as realized that the treasure here was not what they were looking for, and thus, the crisis in Arsalan came to an end, and we threw a picture-perfect party in the celebration. Party? The witness of past. Oh, this is part of the integrated strategies. Don't worry, those guys are gone for good now. They won't be following us anymore. I imagine they'll have a hard time screaming out anyway. These crystals never stop growing. They may block the entrance, but they also make sure nobody breaks the stuff inside. It's all really well preserved. Are you able to give me an answer now? What exactly are these things used for? You better hold on tight to your jaws. Don't let them drop. And yeah, game mode alongside the integrated strategies to be exact. The girl gingerly wedges the two halves of the thick, heavy disc into the altar. In the middle of the ancient witnessing chamber, every protrusion on its surface corresponding to a desperation in the chassis. After completing this placement, the girl gently pushes the disc counterclockwise in an almost effortless manner. Even this tiny amount of force is enough to make the disc spin rapidly. The shaking of the ground from the disc's rotation is palpable beneath your feet. After many years of silence, the witnessing chamber is re-energized once more. Clear water gradually fills the pool, rays of light flow through the crystalline stone, and tremors beneath your feet become ever more evident. Finally, the shaking stops, and the countless rays of light converge into the middle of the pool to sculpt a tall figure. Ooh, pretty!
You have come.
Arisha, Effendim, please forgive me for defiling this sacred place.
You've sought me. You have filled your promise. And so I shall honor mine and hide the key within the chime stream. It shall guide you to that place, to all the wonders I wish to bestow upon your progeny. May I, until the end of time, glimpse your countenance through their faces.
Thank you, ancestor. The height difference, though. Over the years, his family line just grew shorter and shorter. Until Pepe. Which is kind of adorable. Hey, aw. The mountain's figure fades away. The light and shadow shifting into the small canyon in the pool. It feels like only a dozen seconds. The land rises and reforms. Rivers change course. Trees in the canyon grow and then wither rapidly. And everything warps beyond recognition through the erosion of time's passage. I'm sorry, travelers, but our journey together ends here. I'm glad we met, and I hope I can travel with you again. Those notes, did you leave them at the temple on purpose? You saw? I heard from the liaison officer that Rhodes Island is searching for ways to defeat the armies of the Lord Zamir. With all the smart people here, I figured they could probably help me. We helped you find the witnessing chamber. Is this your way of saying thanks? This is my gift. Take it to a local messenger. They'll be able to get you some help. What about you then? Are you going to stay here? Yes, I'm getting close to the answer. I had to stay here and continue my search. The image is changing too quickly. You'll have a hard time getting any information out of it. All it'll do is make your head spin. I won't give up. It's my obsession, mine and my entire lines. I'm glad to spend time on it. Best of luck then. May we meet again. Bye, Pepe. And now back to the music. That was cool being able to see the ancestor. I want to go to tightening helixes. And now switch over again. Let me fix my screen. Okay, so we did that part. Witness the past. So now here, mercenaries affiliation. Sarka's mercenaries are not a rare sight in the reef stamp black market, and they're Colombian communicators and Victorian-style weapons. They can belong to any force, but never to themselves. Clash of Clans. Scramble for the ore destroyed the otherwise friendly relations between several tribes, and when they begun destroying the monitoring tower we had built, anger permeated among us. Day 74. Gemini Gembeasts. According to the treasure hunter's description, a pair of Gembeasts live in this cave with the truly dazzling gemstones in their bodies that can magically scare off any of the creatures inside. As long as you hold one in your hand, the entire cave network will be safe for anyone to mine. It is certain that this was the treasure that thieves were looking for. Before setting off, the treasure hunter reminds us that the Gembeast's ferocity and advises us to avoid a direct confrontation. Perhaps we can defeat them with some cheap trick. We have no choice but to look for them. There's no time to lose. Let's go. Predestined end. Putting an end to this fate bestowed by this great land is the sole reason we have come here. Madden Vein Guardian. A deformed, infected creature, often found wandering around ore veins, guarding the mines has become the obsession of theirs, and they are willing to die for it. Crystalline Oberobeast. An unusual life form that appears in the crystal caves. It resembles a metal crab with sharper pincers, allowing it to easily tear its prey apart. Wherever foes with crystalline titan beasts. The crystalline Oberobeast is a scorpion-like creature and one of the Gemini gem beasts, together with the crystalline titan beast, that, as their title suggests, is somehow made up of highly valuable gemstones. Oh wait, I gotta check this out. I think it's my DoorDash order. Messages. Ooh, okay, I gotta message my family real quick. I gotta be like, there's gonna be a DoorDash order coming soon because DoorDash just sent me a message. I ordered DoorDash earlier today, so if someone, or no, not if someone, so someone will be dropping off my order in the garage. Sometime this hour. Okay, I had to message my parents so they don't freak out, being like, who the hell is here? It's my food. Don't mind. Don't steal my food too, please. Okay, over here. Contrary to the title, the two Gemini gem beasts. Actually, wait, the crystalline Obero beast is a scorpion-like creature, and one of the Gemini gem beasts, together with the crystalline Titan beast, that, as their title suggests, is somewhat made up of highly valuable gemstones, said to be able to scare off other creatures. Contrary to the title, the two Gemini gem beasts are more a hunter and prey pair than a couple. The Obero beast is locked in a perpetual cat and mouse game with the Titan beast, although the outcome is pretty much decided from the start, as the Obero beast would always catch a Titan beast and devour it no matter where it flees or hides. Sheesh. Crystalline Titan beast, the unusual life form that appears in crystal caves. It endeavored and molted into the sturdiest of shells, yet still cannot escape its enemy's ruthless pursuit, forever at odds with the crystalline Obero beasts. The crystalline Titan beast, or Titani beast, a wasp-like creature, as one of the Gemini gem beasts, together with the crystalline Obero beast, that, as their title suggests, is somehow made up of highly valuable gemstones said to be able to scare off other creatures. Contrary to the title, the two Gemini gem beasts are more of a hunter and prey pair than a couple. The Titan beast is locked in a perpetual cat and mouse game with the Obero beast. And although the outcome was pretty much decided from the start, as despite its agility and growing resilient scales over countless molting, the Titan beast could never escape the Obero beast's relentless pursuit. You got the gems. Give them to me now. You'll need to pay extra. Alright, what about this? VIP pass for the trading post. Good enough? Ooh, the trading post. Doors are always open for those with the proper papers. Don't give it to them. They'll destroy the whole crystal cave once they get the gems. Here are your gems. I'll let her go. Look how clear and shiny they are. The Lord Amir will reward us. Perhaps he'll even make me a mutasib. Now we can finally stop running. You wouldn't have had to run anywhere if you weren't committing all those crimes. Alright, take the woman and go. While I'm feeling generous. Come on. Thank you. At least we saved your life. Look at how bright and beautiful they are, just like my future. Can we look too, boss? Alright, but be careful and don't drop them. So pretty. It's time. Now. Gem shatter. My gems. How dare you? I told you to be careful. It wasn't me, boss. I just shattered in my palm like that. I didn't do anything. No. No! Mission accomplished. Time to go. Good job, Manticore. Eunictus' ultimate bad news. Even more bad news, really. Pepe parts ways with us, and there's news from Eunictus. Just got word that the Lords Amir are sending elites our way. This is the Amiri trump card. Defeat them, and we'll enjoy peace and quiet for a long time. Long enough that we'll have plenty of time to gather ourselves and become strong. The outcome of this battle will determine our success or failure. We're coming back now. Day 76. Jagged jungle. The locals guard their precious timber with their patrols. The more huts to shelter them from the enemies, from the elements. The few people getting sick from the cold. Annihilator. Time and time it grows weaker, and yet it gets back up every time. This is the Annihilator. This is Sargon. An enigmatic, possibly a human servant of the Lord Amir, who always comes back after being failed so many times, leaving anyone to ever cross this figure wondering why it never stays dead, and starting to believe that it might be Sargon's timeless endurance made manifest. The Annihilator boasts monumental HP and extremely high RES to back up its powerful arts attacks. Like, all the time that they could have been using to do other stuff, they're like, nah. We want treasure. Like, gosh darn it. But ooh, Act 3, Shadow of Arsalan, Return to Peace. So let me switch over again. Boop. Returning to peace now. Peace, please. Okay. Return to peace. After the fierce overnight battle, you see the enemies recede like the tide, exposing the barren dunes in the distance. Discarded weapons and shields dot the landscape, shimmering beneath the sun. Yeah. Spent basically 3 months there. With probably like little to no sleep.
We receive intel that the nearby Amiri army is in retreat. According to the customs of this region, it means that they've acknowledged our strength.
I have a question. This place is called Arsalan, right?
That's right. The Lion Pride's ancient throne.
Are the Aslans unaware of this? There's been no movement from the Golden City for years. If anyone really cared about this place, then why did they come to stop the Amiri army? Might they be staging a comeback?
No, the truth should be evident in the Lord's Amir. The treasure they seek is not here. For them, this place has become yet another ordinary patch of land with no particular appeal.
Plus, there are meddlesome folks here like us around. Us still hanging around. Why go to the trouble? That's good to hear. You let out a sigh of relief and sit down cross-legged. The soundless morning breeze brushes your face, quickly drying the sweat on your body. You feel a sense of comfort overtake you, and your head starts to bobble along with the wind. Soon, the wind is also carrying a little segments of your snores. Oh, finally time to sleep. Proper sleep time. Hello, hello. Weeks later.
It's a pity you're leaving before I can finish the telling mine and Arsalan stories.
A new chapter has already begun. If the tribe runs into any trouble, feel free to contact us through the branch office and we'll establish here.
I don't know if these old bones will hold up that long.
Don't say that.
And here's about to ask you to take extra good care of the operators we're leaving behind. It's the right thing to do. Without your help, our tribe would have been lost souls beneath the golden sands. Just thinking about those perilous times has me breaking out in a cold sweat.
May you enjoy health and prosperity.
Rila Saida.
Time flies. In the blink of an eye, I'm headed to yet another place.
But as long as you have your friends with you, it's the same no matter where you go. Maybe later, once all this is over, I could take you to my homeland, back in the Akahualan jungle. It's still the jungle, but things are a bit calmer there.
I like to go. As long as everyone's together, it'll be fine. I really like it.
You should consider tidying up all the scrap metal lying around your place before you invite anyone over.
Yeah, I know.
Why are you such a nag?
Huh? Didn't expect Tuya to drive over so quickly. What? I already taken a few laps around the desert. You still aren't ready.
We can get going once we finish moving the luggage and equipment.
For whatever reason, it looks like there's something we forgot to do. Oh, right! Oh, that's right, a group photo! Hand me the camera, I'll take the picture.
Here.
Thanks. And... say cheese! Come on, get ready now, I'm taking it.
Passenger, what are you standing all the way out there for? You're not in the frame. Eunyctus, given my height, it's better for me to stand a bit farther back.
Getting close already, passenger. Don't worry. I promise the thing won't spray anyone when you press the shutter.
It's your own fault for pulling so many pranks. Now, everyone's on alert wherever they get near you. Whenever they get near you.
We're just waiting on you, passenger.
Very well, if you insist.
Cute! Eek. Sorry, Eunyctus.
Manticore, why do you lean over on me all of a sudden? You nearly stepped on my foot, you know? Does me standing here make you nervous, Manticore?
No, What? Is there bad blood between you two?
Of course not. In fact, Manticore and I only just met during this field operation. You can corroborate that, right, Manticore?
Yes, never met you before this.
Why all the chatter? Don't you know that some people get camera shy standing in front of a lens for too long?
Oh no, that was passenger the one. Was he the one that she was sent after? Like, uh-oh. No wonder, like, maybe that's why she feels awkward. Like, oops, yeah, we never met before, technically, but I've seen your face before in the papers, ahahaha.
Besides, there's nothing to worry about, Manticore. If you're nervous, I'll hold you in my arms for a photo. For the photo. Does that sound better?
Thank you.
Fun. Is everyone ready? Good enough. Go ahead and take it.
Hold up, are we missing someone? Everyone's here, no?
Who's it we're missing then?
Oh, I love that! I love how they actually drew the group photo, that's cute. Through the camera lens, you see the confused expressions on everyone's faces. Everyone except Passenger, who is wearing a slight smile on the corners of his face, of his lips. Upon seeing his smile, the others become more and more confused until they quickly realize why he's smiling. Just as quickly, everyone follows suit. And at that moment, you click the shutter. You can't just leave it at that. Come over here and get into the photo with us.
You heard her. Why are you still standing there behind the camera? Set the timer and get over here. How can we have a group photo without you?
One sec, I'll be right there. Oh, we don't get to see the image of the doctor in it. Dang. Well, that's a nice ending. The only recent news I saw was Arknights having a collab with My Little Pony. Which I am very interested in, because it sounds funny. Like, please have Uncle. Uncle, please be part of the My Little Pony collab. Tales Within the Sand was chaotic as heck. Holy cow. Spending like 3 months here doing stuff. Stinky Lord of Mirrors, though. Like, come on, Lords of Mirror. You could be taking care of your villages, but no, you decided, I want treasure. Treasure, treasure, treasure. Like, gosh darn it. Nope, I did not see anything about the new chapter and the characters in it. Which might be good, in a way. Surprisingly, they haven't appeared on my feed. Only My Little Pony. File, basic info, codename Pepe, gender female, common experience 3 years. Place of birth Sargon, date of birth June 12, race feline. Height 155 centimeters, infection status. Medical tests have confirmed that no infection is present. Wait, I gotta do something real quick. I'm curious. 155 centimeters. So if I do 155 cm to... Oh, you cried. Oh, I'm hoping it's a good thing. Dang. Pepe is a little bit taller than me. Gosh darn it. I had to check it out real quick. Because I'm like 155 centimeters, because I keep on calling her short. And she is short compared to her ancestor, but she's taller than me. Boo. Nah, she's extremely tall. She's super tall, just that her ancestors are like that much taller. Truly giants. Now for physical exam. Physical strength standard, mobility normal, physical resilience standard, tactical acumen excellent, combat skill excellent, Originium Mars simulation standard. Profile, Pepe, a renowned historian from Sargon with the many tales of daring do, is also the eldest daughter of the respected Padishah. Hello, hello. Now aiding Rhodes Island on a series of archaeological surveys in Sargon as a field operator. Clinical analysis, imaging tests reveal clear normal outlines of internal organs, and no abnormal shadow has been detected. Originium granules have not been detected in the circulatory system, and there is no sign of infection. At this time, this operator is believed to be uninfected. Stellar Originium simulation, 0%. Operator Pepe shows no signs of Originium infection. Blood Originium crystal density, 0.12. 0.012. Operator Pepe rarely comes into contact with Originium. Hard to believe, but while I was doing her medical exam, there was an etiquette officer by her side watching my every move. An etiquette officer? Archive File 1. Once operators aboard the land ship heard there was a Padishah's daughter about to visit Rhodes Island, there was no stemming their curiosity. They eagerly awaited her formal arrival, also that they could take a peek behind the veil, so to speak. But she did not arrive at Rhodes Island with her caravan and retinue of servants until 6 months later. She came aboard in extravagant fashion, starting with a gold embroidered carpet rolled out from the ship's hatch down to the reception room. Oh my goodness! Followed by rows of servant girls bearing flowers and feather fans, and a sedan chair covered in the layer upon layer of muslin curtains, carried by 4 strapping young men in golden robes. What an entrance! Finally, a near-endless procession of porters, each carrying a rare treasure or ancient text from Sargon. It's a shame that this distinguished guest was hidden behind so many layers of servants, fans, and curtains that nobody was able to catch even a glimpse of her. Only her voice came through, one that felt slightly familiar to some. As a gaggle of operators began to lose all hope, a clumsy servant accidentally tripped over their own robes, causing the line of servants to collapse like dominoes, while also pulling away the curtain on the sedan chair, exposing the girl within. She was certainly not like how they imagined. A baggy t-shirt, carelessly tied up hair, thick toes in hand, and ink smudged all over her face. Nobody could recognize her. Oh my goodness, I love that so much. And ooh, hello, hello, welcome, welcome. Thank you for the raid. I hope your stream went by well. Hello, hello. Holy cow, though. I love this. Pepe. What an extravagant team that she had going with her. And behind the veil, she's just wearing her casual clothes. That's great. And I know, right? The design's amazing. Like, oh, Pepe. Oh, Golden Glow. Oh, Mizuki. So cute. A baggy t-shirt, carelessly tied up hair, thick tomes in hand, and ink smudged all over her face. Nobody could recognize her. Upon seeing the dumbfounded operator, she merely scratched her head and laughed awkwardly, quietly saying, "Thought I could wear whatever I wanted, considering the curtains." It was at this point an operator handling registration remembered why the Padishah's daughter has a voice sounded so familiar. 3 months ago. Oh, 3 months ago. 3 months ago, a girl came along with some field operators returning from Sargon, her body completely covered in mud and dust. Everyone thought that she was a patient who had been rescued at first, but she carefully told the operator in charge to get registration done ASAP, since she had a caravan to another excavation site to catch. Another operator working in the library also heard her voice often, as there was a collaborating operator with the Sargon office who would always come with a gallant pile of books to return, then leave with another equally giant pile of materials. But whenever asked about her appearance, none were able to answer. Didn't see. Her face was caked in mud. I didn't get a good look either. Books always got in the way. If she's been registered, surely there's a photo in the system, right? Can you look it up? Let me see. Damn it. Who the hell swapped the photo out for some wacky selfie? There's a giant mustache scribbled all over it. You can't see what she looks like at all. I want to see her selfie with a giant mustache. I like that. Archive File 2. Pepe is rather fond of lotus flowers. The things in her room all sport some sort of lotus sign. She even added a lotus sticker to her badge. Of the gifts she bestowed upon Rhodes Island, the most precious were lotus seeds. They are planted in the convalescent garden, and ever since, all operators can have the opportunity to appreciate their fragrance. What do they smell like? Like, I know what lotuses look like, but I never smelt one, I think. Her giant hammer also has a lotus seal engraved onto it. Once heated up by the flame jet, it can leave behind a painful lesson for any enemy, a great big lotus brand. It's not hard to see why, considering the lotus is a symbol of Pepe's family, Sargon's most ancient line of historians. Her ancestor once followed Shahanshah, Lugal Zargus, on all of his campaigns, and with reed pen in hand, they recorded every epic scene in that heroic age. Pepe's great. Ever since, her family would pick the best of each generation to serve the Shahanshah. With the same ancient reed pen, they would record the entirety of the Titan that was Sargon, experiencing all they could before finally compiling it all into an addendum to the famous endless tome, the Book of Sargon. As her family's eldest daughter, Pepe was shown an unusually strong interest in history, always seeking to inherit her ancestors' duty to enter the City of Gold and pen the newest chapter of Sargon's history. However, her father preferred her quieter younger brother Senid. This is hard for her to accept. Once an adult, she strove to do all that she could to contribute to historical research, all to prove to her father that she was qualified to be the court historian. But his heart was set on the matter, and while Pepe was at an archaeological dig, he sent Senid to the city. This development has not upset Pepe. Though she no longer constantly mentions a historian's duty like she used to, she still pursues historical research with zeal. Not only does she fund, participate, and lead in excavations, she also contributes heavily to the preservation of relics. In only half a year, tomb robbers have learned to cower in the face of that lotus pattern. Good job, Pepe. Instill fear within them. Audio log. I always ask myself, why am I so into researching history? Back then, I would have said obviously my family's influence. But now, I'm starting to think you're a reason too. Ever since you were young, we'd study together, play together, scribble in the books together, recite texts as a punishment from father together. Safe to say that sitting at your desk and reading some dusty tome is super boring as a kid, but ever since you were there, time kinda just flew past while we bickered. Historian, I'm not too interested in the position anymore. Now that you're in the City of Gold, I don't know when we can see each other again. I wonder, if I make some huge discovery, maybe I'll read my paper on it, and that'll count as seeing each other. Senid, it's been so long. If we see each other again, I'll give you a right thrashing. It started off so wholesome, and then she's like, little brother, if I see you again, I'm gonna punch you. I'm gonna make sure to punch you real good. Pepe, babbling to herself after getting drunk. Oh, Pepe. Archive File 3. Don't mention anything to do with Shahanshah Lugal Zargus while talking to Pepe. This is something everyone on the landship quickly learned. From what you recall, Pepe is now attempting to spare her brother the fate as a historian after learning what it actually does. True, slicing off the tongue to keep secrets in check is just oof. Like gosh darn it. There was once an unlucky operator who barely even hinted at this king and his tales during a pre-dinner chat. Pepe then shoved them into a chair and proceeded to talk about his glorious deeds for the entire night, from his birth to his ascension to the throne, up until his disappearance alongside Karandu Kagan in the Foreign Hotlands. The piteous soul was trapped until the light of dawn peeked over the horizon, unable to get a word in edgewise, reduced to staring blankly at Pepe's lips as they flapped about in excitement. That operator remembered as such. My mind was completely blank. She kept saying things like, "This is the portrait of the Shah. Very handsome, I'd say. Here, have a look." And then she'd take out a photo album with hundreds of pages and make sure I looked at each and every page real close. When she was talking about the Shah's life, it was like her eyes were glowing. All I wanted to know is where the Shah and Shah actually went in the end. I didn't need to know about how he and Karandu Kagan drank, then fought, then drank after they fought. This poor person. Ooh. She might be able to recognize the Sahib King. Like, that'd be kind of cool. It'd be hard to blame Pepe for adoration of Lugos Argus. The king holds an exalted position in the hearts of Sargonians. Every child falls asleep to his tales, many cities having statues of him, and countless texts cite his words. Oh yeah, it was before drafted by Vina, so maybe she wouldn't recognize it too much. But she'd probably fangirl over it. There's an unending stream of scholars looking up into the riddles he left behind, and Pepe is one of the foremost among them. Her research not only portrays Lugos Argos as a great conqueror and military genius, but also him and a son, husband, and father, aspects often overshadowed by his radiant deeds as king. These past few years have seen Pepe wander all over Sargon, reconstructing those who stood by the king's side from time-worn carvings and phrases, loyal retainers, concubines... Concubines? Oh my. Concubines who died tragically young, as well as a prince who stood vigil by his grave in the wake of his departure, and a princess who wrote a full account of his life. They are forgotten by history, but thanks to Pepe's efforts, they have seen renewed attention in academia. I want to know more about the concubines! Like, oh my, how big was the harem? Like, dang. Concubines, eh? Audio log. True, compared to the Shah's military brilliance, they're basically nobodies when it comes to historical influence. But they all had a deep emotional connection with him. It's these private moving feelings that round out the Shah and allow the past to resonate with us now. I believe that no matter the era, genuine bonds will survive history's forward march, shining for all eternity. A summary of one of Pepe's reports. Archive File 4. As the one in charge of guiding Hatshepsut Hanim, I made my way down to the excavation site in the south of Sargon. The dusk was about to set, the ruins were abuzz with workers scurrying about, laying down rain tarps above the excavation pits. It seems a rare rainstorm was about to hit. When night fell, the storm arrived as expected, while others were falling asleep to the sound of raindrops pattering against the tarps. Hatshepsut Hanim put on her raincoat and set out, checking every part of the site to make sure not a single corner was overlooked during the covering. A sharp piece of rubble had torn her coat, and it was not until I offered her a new one that she realized she was soaked to the bone. After thanking me, she did not return to her quarters, but instead enthusiastically offered to show me around the site. I accepted, and we entered the ruins together. There are only stumps of walls and pillars within, but they were enough to peek into the past. The scene below the tarp showed a master of a garden enjoying a drink, a deep red within their cup, proving the maturity of the wine industry at the time. The resinous stone pavement beneath my feet reminded me that this was once a thriving hub, with carts passing back and forth incessantly. On the way back, Hatshepsut Hanim explained the discoveries found within the ruins while leading me to their edge. There, she revealed her most astonishing find yet. At the end of the path, she lifted up a tarp close to the ground. I expected to see some priceless treasure, but within the pit, all I saw were two even footprints embedded in the soil, one large and one small. Noticing my confusion, she began to explain the principles behind the formation of these footprints. As I spoke, I began to imagine the distant past, walking alongside the footprints' makers as they wandered the city and enjoyed the fresh air and greenery, at least until some natural disaster or the others sealed their footprints in the mud for all eternity. I still remember the last part of her speech. Preserving these footprints means preserving a beautiful fleeting moment in which these people will live on forevermore. They'll pass through the desert, walking into the distance, far, far away. News clipping. On the 14th of this month, the Padishah's wife, Hati, passed away after giving birth to a child in the hospital. She was mourned by all her people. The funeral was held in the Padishah's residence on the 20th, and she was buried in the garden she's so loved in a private ceremony. She once mentioned during an interview that she was happiest when running barefoot through the garden with her daughter. Sadly, we can now only witness the tragic sight of her daughter carrying her baby brother while they mourn. Childbirth is scary. That day, countless citizens gathered in the streets to offer lotus flowers outside the Padishah's residence, enough to form mountains of blossoms. Garden closure notice. From this day forth, the garden will be forever closed. Do not enter without permission. Trespassers will be punished. Date, beep, 21st, beep. Promotion record. Haha. Oh man, it hurts to laugh this much. Are these guys serious? A secret cabal of Savra in the jungles of Sargon, manipulating the governments of every country from the shadows. Does this hack historian even know what he's writing? You look at the girl giddy with glee in front of you and don't know why. You look once more at the stack of books on the table and pull out a few at random, wanting to know what she's even laughing at. Upon seeing their titles, you become even more perplexed. Exploring the Foreign Hotlands, Eternal Soldiers of the Sands, Undying Immortal Sages, a romantic history of Lugos, the secret passions of the once and future Shah. Ooh, the secret passions. Oh my, oh my. Oh yeah, true, the contrasting opposites. One wanting to know about the past, one wanting more of the future. The gosh darn it. The monetary game part, though, is oof. You help pull the girl up from the ground, her face contorted in a mixture of howling laughter and pain. The pain is echoed on your face as she grabs your arm tightly, twisting it as she rises. As you wonder what to do, Kelsey comes to both your rescues, supporting the girl laughing so hard she can barely breathe while freeing your arm from her vice grip. The noodle arm! Relieved, you throw the books you're holding into the trash can. The Shah and Shah's secret passions? They couldn't even get the years right. Definitely not trustworthy. What you don't notice, though, is that some of these ridiculous texts seem to have gone missing from the pile. Oh no. She's keeping them? Rain or shine. The face is on top of inside of the chest. The stare. Pipit folds her arms. The bottom of the heavy curtain shifts ever so slightly before settling back down again. Found you, you lose. With a sigh, she lifts up the curtains. A cloud beast pokes its head out from the swaths of fabric, then jumps down to her foot before scampering off. That wasn't me, you lose. The voice comes from the cabinet in the corner. It opens, and a boy walks out. You shouldn't hide in Mother's room. If Father finds out, he'll get mad. No, he won't. He'll just look at me, sigh, and say nothing. Not to mention that he sneaks himself sometimes. I guess you really are family. Alright, you win. What do you want? The boy thinks in silence, fiddling with his fingers, before giving his reply. You have Mother's perfume, right? Don't even think about it. She left it to me. There are 2 bottles. At least give me one of them. It's a set. I can't split them up. Fine, she never carried me, so I have no idea what she smells like. I was just curious is all. Upon seeing the face so very much like her mother's, frown and melancholy, Pippa sinks into a silent reminiscence of her own. She didn't want to tell her brother that, after so many years, the perfume had long since evaporated, leaving 2 empty bottles in her drawer. She also did not want to tell him that she too does not remember what their mother smelled like. Time has seen the scent evaporate from her memories as well. If there was one thing that could remind her of those wondrous bygone days, it was the face she sees in front of her. Mother, give me a pair of snorkel glasses too. I can give you one if you like. But if the weather changes, the maid can tell me. Way to read the room. If you don't want it, fine. Have it your way. The boy pouts, but just as Pepper thinks he's about to grumble, he breaks into a gleaming smile, stepping forward to give her a big kiss on the cheek. You're the best, sis. Rain begins to pour down from outside the window as the solution within the bottle clouds up, and a tiny starlight crystals form. Pepe folds her arms as the maid stands quietly by her side, and a cloud beast rubs itself against her feet. He didn't take the storm blast with him? For a moment, the maid is silent. Young Master Senate believes the Stormglass and yours are a pair and should not be separated. Pepe sighs before turning to the maid. Then what did you take? Some clothes, a few books, a few pens, and a portrait of you. Aw, little bro wanted a portrait of her. That's pretty cute. His treasure, his new treasure. Pepe's specialized badge. The lotus. Of course. In light of special permissions granted. Actually, wait, let me check. I just got a message on my phone. Is it my order? Ooh. Wait. Yay, it was delivered. Perfect timing. Fantastic. Yo, that means I'm gonna eat my food fresh. Oh, hell yeah. Woohoo, that is legit perfect timing. Okay, time to continue. So Pepe's specialized badge. In light of special permissions granted, the Field Operations Department has hence passed the following resolution with respect to Pepe. Where the entailing mission were to fall under Reclamation Algorithm scope, this operator shall be pursuant to tactics of a reinforced nature in meeting the enemy. In witness thereof, this badge is hereby confirmed and conferred upon the above named. The ancient texts teach that whoever defiles history shall be cursed for all eternity. No curse, please. Yeah, no curse, please. Dad just messaged, my dinner's here, hurry up. That's not your dinner, Dad. Freaking guy. I like Tales Within the Sand. The holy cow, it's interesting knowing just how long this one took. I wonder how long the other integrated strategies took. If this place needed about 3 months worth of exploring. All the insanity. How long did the other ones really take? And seeing how much they explored. Sheesh. I feel like this might have been one of the most... Or this one would be the most intense one. And if not... Holy cow. All the lack of sleep. Always walking. Just continue walking, fighting, taking a break to mend a relationship with food. And then more walking, fighting. Like, dang. So yay for being able to make a new ally. You're just in the current shop based on this current system they have. It'll be nice when we have our next Sargon event. Let's see how insane it's gonna be. Kashish! I feel so bad for all the villages. And oh, before I go, steer. Steer. And speaking of steering more Pepe. Ooh. Okay. Okay, one prep stream should be fine then. 5 operators though, dang. Ooh. So then for sure, finishing chapter 16 within May. Like, that seems like a good goal. And it's time to prep for the next event too. Whenever that event's gonna be, because in the end I couldn't summon the Saintess, but it's okay. It's fine, at least I got my Silver Ash. Oh well, she'll spook me eventually. Not sure about next week. I gotta see if the Mario movie's still playing, because I still want to watch it if it hasn't left theaters yet. If there's hope in the world for me seeing it, I do want to see it. Like, sure, I can wait for it to be on streaming services, but nah. I want my movie buttered popcorn. I gotta check my movie app later. I know for sure I gotta do Shadowgate, and there's gonna be Digimon, so that those two are already taken. Depending how Final Fantasy goes on Sunday, I might continue that too. Wow! Blaze, Alter, and Lynn. Sheesh! So stubborn though. But no Silver Ash. Gosh darn it. The siblings have made their choice. The saint has graced you, while Silver Ash wants to work me to the bone. He's like, oh, hello, Dr. Misaki. Well, time to send you out to do work. It's like, okay, fine. I guess. But please put in a good word for your sister with me. Like, come on, dude. I know, right? The opposite. That means that if little sister gets a banner, if little sister gets an altar, she's gonna like both of us equally because she'll want to hang out with her siblings, right? And then she'll also, hopefully, get the others to come home too. To all be together. Yep, we just gotta have some hope. We gotta rely on little sis. Bring the family together. But yay. Next week for sure, starting the next chapter, chapter 16. Or at least a prep for sure. But for now, I'll get my dinner before Dad eats it all. I like how he's being a vulture. He got the most excited for my food being delivered. So with that being said, thank you everyone for stopping by the stream. I hope everyone has a great rest of the day at Gacha Luck. I'll see you guys later. Bye bye. Food time. First meal of the day.